right, welcome to Spartan Stadium, another Tuesday night on Burnside alongside Ralph Dillette. This is Coach Brownfield bringing you tonight's action, Griffins and the Spartans, and that has often meant a late-year matchup here in the last decade or so. Not sure why that ends up being such a late thing, but it just seems to kind of has been that way.
It has. It's, we've talked last week especially about the EA Santa Malls always being at the end of the season, but now it seems it's Dutchtown and East Ascension towards the end of the season every year. But whatever it may be, you got to play them all.
That's right. That's right. Sooner or later, you got to play them all. All right, so we're ready for kickoff here, Spartans and Griffins here. We're going to take a look here and make sure our video is coming through okay. I'm just noticing a little bit of stuff going on here, so I'm going to check in on that real quick, make sure all that looks okay. Hopefully we can get that right. Okay, all right. Looks like we're going to be okay. We'll give it a shot. We have backup camera here in case we need it, so we're
tied into the Elon Musk internet.
No, we're on the Rev internet here, which is much faster than Elon Musk. Although Elon Musk will give you internet anywhere you go. Rev, you got to have a plug. Oh, look at here. Look at here. Okay, well.
Onside kick, starting it off.
All right, yeah, we are getting some. Let me see. I'm going to work on this here, try to fix that. I think we can fix that pretty quickly here. Let's see. Okay, there, try that out. Okay, we're going to see how that goes, and we'll go to our backup if we need to. All right, so EA trying a little onside kick there to start things off. Something we've seen more frequently this year than in the past, that's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
So Griffins will take over 1st and 10 from the Spartan 49. Pretty good field position.
Not much doing there.
No. One thing we noticed in warm-ups here is the Griffins are just in numbers. I'm not talking about the size of the individual players here, but just in numbers, such a smaller team than what we're used to seeing. It shows you that Prairieville effect. We said, EA, that Prairieville effect has been much less noticeable. Oh, yeah, gotcha. There we go.
They all looking at us like we just committed a crime.
What are you doing?
Okay, you got a free play. Okay, let's go.
We're all right. I'll catch up. I promise.
It's freshman football.
Yeah, I got to start that clock. That's right. They're right about that. Nice. There. So we'll let that run a little bit longer there. I know. I got you. All right. See, because I'm trying to. That's what I was
trying to fix
this and that. So we're going to go to our other camera here and just kind of see how that goes, because everything looks good on our end, so it's not anything with our system. So it's the and try one more thing here before I move over to the other camera, because I'd like to use this one, but we'll see. Let's see how this does.
All right, so they declined this penalty. There was an illegal man downfield. Spartans decline it.
Okay, so you get the third down. I'm cool with that. Get that third and long. That's nice. We have the windows, though. Some of the windows open. Yeah. It is just, this is beautiful.
The breeze is awesome.
Just beautiful. We're going to get a little bit of rain later tonight. We're hoping that's after midnight, but we'll see how that goes. All right, we're going to jump over to the other camera. We'll try this again later.
Over his head there.
Yeah. All right, so that'll bring up 4th down. So, we noticed this Dutchtown team is just much smaller.
Yeah.
Much smaller, and that's something that Santa Mal's team, you notice that as well. Just a lot smaller, and in numbers, and that makes a big impact down the road.
Absolutely.
This Dutchtown team, I can remember they would be 80, 85, 90 strong. Santa Mal as well, and that's just we're not seeing that.
Yeah, I never understood how. We would do our best at getting, 30 kids out here. Oh, wow, look at this.
Nobody's on him. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
All right, Dutchtown's going to strike first. Very nice pass.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's just a complete coverage issue there. Somebody just got caught looking in the backfield or something there. That's just That's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. That's going to be a talking to for somebody there.
Or a few of them.
Yeah, it might have been more than just one there. It might have been more than just one.
I never understood how they had so many players go out for them. You know, I mean, we've never at EA. I mean, I don't know that we ever hit 100 players.
No, I don't think so. We at our height we'd have about 65, and that's about the most I can ever remember us carrying. And that was, we were carrying some people who, I'm just going to be honest with you, weren't going to get on the field, you know. So or were for a few plays in one game, you know. So we were definitely never going to reach those numbers, but Dutchtown had them and had them for quite a while. So to see a team, you know, this size is it's surprising.
And look, it was even before Katrina, right? Everybody thinks, you know, which Dutchtown blew up after Katrina.
Correct.
But even before that, they were loaded with players. And I'm not telling you like football players, right? But they had numbers of people on the field. They always carried a large group. But this is the smallest group I've seen in a while.
I am. It's you know it. You've seen the numbers, and you know it's something that's obvious to people, but just see it in these situations where you actually see how it impacts something you're used to seeing differently. It really just shows you, man. They've been hit hard. Last year, Dutchtown went from 3 lunch shifts to 2. They lost that many kids, you know. So they're adjusting to life as a normal size school and not the biggest school in the state anymore. Little sky kick there. Of course, a freshman ball, you never know. You never know. Ended up out of bounds. Huh? You never know if that was intentional or not. Let's see. Still working on the stream here. Let me see. Wants me to turn the bit rate down. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. All right, so we're functional. We're completely functional. All right, so first quarter action. 7-0 Griffins here in the early going. EA did give them great field position.
Yeah, they only had to go half the field to score.
Jordan Elder there for the Spartans.
Thought we had them held. I mean, that was a 4th down play on that pass. That was huge.
Yeah, 4th and 9. I mean, you know, that's...
And they took a shot.
Yeah, and it just blew a coverage. I mean, you can always throw the ball downfield in a freshman game, and you never know when you're going to get that kind of result there. So, I mean, blown coverages happen way more than they do on the varsity level. And that's why these kids get burnt at this level when they learn, you know. Yeah. Elder again on the carry. Not too much on that one.
I'll tell you what, they are selling out. They're putting everybody in the box.
I don't blame them. That's the best way to play freshman football is go ahead and just force people to throw the football. I mean, that's what you do. I mean, and if you can do that, you're usually going to be in pretty good shape. Now, with us, I don't know if I would do that.
Yeah.
We're gonna see.
There we go.
First down.
And more.
Yes, indeed.
Runs him out of bounds at the 40.
Dalen Bouvet there on the catch. Nice little run afterwards there. So pick up about 20 yards there. First down. It's quarterback on the keeper.
Nice.
We'll read there. Didn't read that too well.
No, it looked like he stopped to cut up the field, but he shouldn't have. The end was open for him.
He's hurt. I'm not sure how. Yeah, he might have just got stepped on a little bit there, but he's struggling a little bit. Yeah, I mean, you know, we always taught that we always taught that pretty simply. Oh man, we always Good thing is when you're
proud mamas out there.
Yeah, when you're watching, we can turn them down.
Yeah.
When you're out here, there ain't no volume lever on them, which that's great, man. We'd much rather that than people not being here or just sitting here watching like it's a library.
Yeah.
But we always taught give it. And when in doubt, give it.
Yep.
When in doubt, give it. Because the running back's got better momentum, and he's a little more used to carrying that. And he's probably a little better at it than you are. That's why he's the running back. So there's Bouvet on the speed
got
sweep
the corner there.
There we go. Oh, yeah. So that's a first down and then some. And that's one of those things quarterbacks will learn, especially as they progress in a read, in a read system like that, is when in doubt, give it.
Mm-hmm.
And just that's the number one rule. Just give it. Because even if that play is not what you want it to be, it's going to be you're going to get a yard or two probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
But quarterback, you can lose 5 or 6 or fumble it. I mean, you're not as prepared to carry that football. And he gives it that time. There we go. Good gain there, about 5-6 yards there. On first down.
I got to adjust myself from that sun.
Yeah, it's
I mean, it is like
just got under the bar for me, and it just hit me as soon as you said that. I hadn't been worried about it at all. It didn't bother me at all until right when you said that. It hit my eyes. The sun won't be around too much longer tonight.
like big run up the middle.
Yes, indeed. Elder
We
first
opened
down.
it up big on that one.
First and goal from the 5. And this white hat is a fan of running that clock.
Yeah.
He's running it very quickly.
He said he got 2 games to do tonight, Coach. He needs to get home.
Yeah, he said, look, I don't want to get home at 11 o'clock tonight. He might have to go to Baton Rouge or something, All right, let's get this up a little bit more here so we can get a good view of what's going on here. There we go. All right. So we got trips, tight end trips over here. Yeah, they're going to call that. And, it's week 9, so maybe week 1 or 2, you just kind of pretend you didn't see that.
Yeah.
Week 9.
Right now, they should have that ironed out.
Yeah, you gotta call those little things right now, or else you're gonna keep doing them. I got you. I know. I ran it the whole time you were calling I'm all right. They only know what they're seeing right now. I know what I messed up on earlier, and I'm trying to fix. Elder getting inside the 5 there, but not close enough. Going to be 3rd down and goal from the 4. Last year, in the JV game, you'll see those big receivers. So last year, a lot more fades, down here, and we don't see much of that this year. We're just not as built for that on the freshman squad. Well, that's a late sub in.
Yeah, very late. When he come off, I thought we had too many out there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay, well, incomplete pass there.
Dangerous throw there.
Yeah.
A lot of Griffins in that area.
Yeah, they were ready for that one. And like you were saying, Dutchtown is kind of selling out against the run, but when you get down here, it's easy to do both.
Yep.
So that's what makes red zone offense so hard. Just ask Joe Slunton, who
Can we?
is currently unemployed. Yeah, he's a good guy, but he'd be the first to tell you. I mean, it's not easy, y'all. It's not easy.
Yeah, that has got to be the craziest stuff on social media right now. Everybody's got the answer for LSU.
Of course.
Everybody knows who's getting the job.
Incomplete pass there, so.
Just out of reach, too.
Yeah, that should be 4th. That was 4th down, wasn't it?
I think this is, isn't it?
Unless they had it mismarked. I could have sworn that was 4th down. Snuck a few seconds off there. Yeah, I thought that was 4th down. And I think that's what they're talking about. I think Dutchtown is saying, hey, that was a 4 up there. Coaches will get very, they'll take advantage of that whenever they can, whether they know it's, 3rd or 4th or not.
Got a hold right there.
Yeah, I'm going to get the hold.
He scores, but it's going to come back.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Missed that actual score there, but you saw that flag come in, so kind of knew really wasn't going to be anything worth following. Yep, so that's going to bring them back. That's going to bring them back to about the 13, 14. Yep, back to the 14. So 4th and long now. Of course, you're not really in field goal range at this point. So it's going to be just a matter of your best play here. And, hey, as long as you're careful about it, you get it picked off in the end zone, it's a touchback. You just don't want to give up a pick 6 here on something crazy out here in the flat.
You got to take a shot here. It looks like a timeout is called.
And I'm guessing EA called that timeout.
I'm going to be honest, I wasn't even watching which way they pointed, but
I'm going to guess it was an EA timeout here. Trying a new scoreboard situation here tonight. Kind of doing it homemade here and seeing how well that works.
Now, while you're doing all this, is the game still showing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I just go and I just go over into Google Slides and change that, and I refresh it right there, and there it is. Boom.
Gotcha.
So we're going to call that an EA timeout. A lot of times they don't even get to 3 timeouts in the freshman game, so it's not really.
But it moves so fast.
Yeah, it moves so
It's
fast.
a quick game.
All right, here we go. So 4th down and goal from the 14. Let's see what we have here. Zoom out a little bit here so we can get this. Ooh, I don't want to zoom out that much. There we go.
And we got a delay a game here.
Yep. That's, man.
Coming out of a timeout.
Out of a timeout, yep.
Delay game.
And this is eerily familiar to what LSU has done in the red zone this year.
Yeah.
Just penalties and timeouts and plays that don't put points on the board. So here we go. Let's see. We're going to fade.
And it looks like we got it. That's touchdown Spartans. Wow.
Well, we threw a jump ball, and it worked. Hey, what can you say?
Yeah.
That was just a 50-50 ball. Like I said, right there. If he doesn't catch it, it's a touchback.
4 hands on the ball.
Yep, you lose nothing. You win a tie.
Yep.
So, hey, you don't lose hardly anything going for that. Why not? So, 4th and 19.
And we get 6
And
out
we
of
get
it.
6 of it. Welcome to freshman football.
Going for 2.
There we go. Yeah, I don't think we've kicked hardly at all this year.
I can't recall one.
I don't think we have. We'll put that point up we'll put the points up on the board after the conversion here. Uh-oh. Interesting.
And he picked.
Yeah.
Wow. Can't return it, buddy.
Yeah, just nothing really there. That was an interesting little call there.
Mm-hmm.
Little kind of misdirection action there, but didn't really fool anybody. You're down here in the 2-yard, 3-yard line. It's hard to fool people down there. You got guys all over the place. That's why my best advice on offense is just score on a big play. Don't even have to worry about red zone offense. Nobody's cheering louder than the offensive coordinator when somebody's streaking down the sideline. Yeah, because to avoid having to call 1st and goal from the 6.
Yep.
There's a lot of guys who do not want to call that.
That's what mine would say. That was the hardest plays to run was within the 20s.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I would tell him to score before you get to the 20s.
Right. Yeah, there's a way to fix that.
No excuses.
Right. There's definitely a way to fix that. So 7-6, Dutchtown leads. Let's see. This time maybe we'll give them a little bit worse field position than what they had.
Let's see if we can kick it deep this time.
Yeah, I'm cool with the onside kick to start the game. I'm fine with that. See if you can catch them sleeping. But, now, okay. And now you're also definitely not going to catch them.
No.
I mean, you didn't catch them the first time, but they're definitely not going to catch them now. So I imagine we're going to boot this one. Let's go back and check our other camera and just see what he's up to. Let's see here. Huh. It looks like he might have got his act together. Let's give it a shot. Let's kick off and see how he's doing there. I think the refs will be very happy if it has it together because that'll give me more brain power to run this clock.
Well,
Yeah.
still about the same spot that they started last time.
2 yards away from it. So, I mean, it's not much difference there. Not much difference. Yeah, it looks like the camera's picked up there. I think we're good. I mean, I bumped the bit rate all the way up to 20,000. I know for a lot of people that doesn't mean anything, but we're pumping a lot of data through here right now. So, yeah, it caught up. I think it might just need a few minutes, to catch up to the stream. I don't know. That might not make any sense whatsoever, but it feels right. So I'll roll it. It makes sense because it's working right now.
It's working,
so,
yeah.
So we're going to ride with it as long as it's working. And this is AI. AI is running that camera, so I can give you an email to send any complaints to. Right
I'll
up the
tell you
middle. No, they're going to throw a flag.
That's late, man.
Yeah, I think he might have thought about it for a second there, but it's if you hadn't knocked him down quite so egregiously there, I don't think he'd have got that call because it wasn't a very good ball. But putting him on,
I don't think anybody catches that ball.
yeah, I don't think so either. When you put him on his butt like that, you just you bring attention to yourself doing that, and they kind of want to overlook that stuff because you're rewarding the offense for not really doing very well, but they can't really overlook it when you're putting the guy on his back like that. That's tough. And throw over the middle there, that's dangerous. Good Lord. Oof. All right, play action pass, and
he's in trouble.
He's in big trouble.
Look, comes back and catches it.
Got 2nd and 10 there, but
Wow.
All for not very much at all. But hey, it's a lot better than getting sacked back there. I'm not really sure what. Almost looked like a screen, but it wasn't. You start yelling screen, and then it's like, well, no, they're just not blocking.
Anytime you see a busted play, I started looking for linemen up the field.
Oh, absolutely.
They held back though. I mean,
if they didn't block, they got to be somewhere, right? I mean, and some of those guys might just keep running, and that happens often, way more often than it gets called. That's probably the most undercalled penalty in football, besides holding, would be ineligible downfield. Not much there. No gain, so 3rd and 9 for the Griffins here from the EA 35. Yeah, this wind is amazing.
Yeah.
It feels just perfect.
When you're a big boy like us.
Oh man, yeah. You look at that weather forecast and you see
Get
that coming.
excited.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Tomorrow like 62 and the wind blowing 25 miles an hour. That's like Christmas morning. I can't wait. Get up early. The dog might have to go out in the middle of the night. If it does, I'll volunteer to go out there and just stand out there a few minutes in it.
Yep.
That first real cold front.
So you get to volunteer for that? Like your wife doesn't make you get up and go?
Yeah. I like to
mine-
think about it being volunteer, and that's what I like to think about it as.
Yeah.
But
I'm voluntold every night.
Yes.
And it's always my dog whenever it's got to go in the middle of the night
absolutely,
or he chews on something he's not supposed to. Or,
it's her dog when she's just sitting there, pretty and all that.
Yeah.
That's me. That's me too.
Yeah.
There's no volunteer in there. There's none whatsoever. All right, so we're just working on this little workflow here, getting this. We're doing a homemade scoreboard I made this afternoon. I'm just trying out tonight, so it's a little bit more on my end to get it updated there, but it's also free, which is nice, and we can also do whatever we want with it. So you can add all kind of stuff to it. So I'm probably going to stick with that and just get better at changing it there. So. All right, we kept it simple tonight. Didn't put any logos or stuff on there besides EATV, so we'll have logos up there.
Oh wow!
Next time, yep. Quick flag.
The flag
there.
down here.
Guessing that's going to be either a false start, somebody lined up in the neutral zone. I didn't see anything myself that was too egregious there, but I didn't. I wasn't looking at. I was looking at the quarterback. Offsides on the
Offsides.
Yeah. And they can call that on the offense too, pre-snap. If somebody's lined up across the ball on the offense, which that does happen too, and I've never understood how, but it does.
Hey, because especially the receivers, they will get down there and not check with that side edge.
Yeah. They'll look right before the snap.
Yeah.
It's like, no, son, it's a little late. Nice little run there, about 4 yards. No, actually more, just about 2 or 3 there. It's going to be second down and 3. A long 3. From the Spartan 15-yard line. It gets tricky with that angle right there. You know, it's not as long as that looks there. It's actually probably a normal 3. Yeah, but it looks like 4 yards. Dutchtown not too interested in throwing the ball that much. They had that one touchdown there with on the bone coverage, but yeah, they're running it pretty well
right
so
now.
I don't really know why you'd want to throw it too much. Yeah, it's one of those things where, you know, and you do want to develop kids, and you know, if you have a varsity team that throws the ball more, then of course you want to develop that some. But at the same time, if they come out of their freshman year with a strong run game, passing game can come later.
Yep.
So, you know, there are some freshman teams that might only throw it 5 or 6 times a game. Little sweep outside here, and he's got it. Nobody's
no.
Did he get knocked out?
I think he got knocked out right there at the 1.
Okay, yeah, wow, he just ran. All he needed to do was cut that angle down a little more. He'd have had the score. He just kept taking the path of least resistance. Well, that's only going to get you out of bounds. But this will be second and goal from inside the 1. Yeah, he got way farther out there than he should have. Because when you get down to this part of the field as a defense, you can send guys to be more aggressive in that run game because you got guys behind them and there's less ground to leave behind them, you know. So, yeah, you can get out there and shut off those edges there. Oh, okay, he kept it, and now he got stuffed. How about that? Okay, so we're going to go to third and goal here. Now, all of a sudden, Dutchtown's got an issue here. And they always say something like, well, he should have handed it off. That'd have been an easy touchdown. And it's like, well, you know, I mean, hold up. They called that. Wait, they called that from the previous play?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, they weren't lined up for that play, were they?
Just now.
So you can't.
Wow.
Well, I don't know. Okay. All right.
And the second down, so.
Wow. Okay.
I tell you, these guys, I'm just always blown away by these guys, how they call these games.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get. You never know.
Oh, wow.
32's a good runner there.
Run.
Yeah, he runs behind his pads.
He got in.
Yeah, he sure did. He sure did. He sure did. All right, yeah, that's just good hard running, using those shoulder pads, staying behind them, delivering the blow. So it's 13-6. Griffins with the lead here early in the second quarter. Of course, we'll be followed up tonight by JV Spartans and Griffins getting after it here on a Tuesday night. We play Thursday night, so only one more day of no football.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was just sloppy.
Went early.
Yep.
Yeah, short week this week.
Yeah.
and that's tough after you.
After
after the debacle Friday night, and
it's good and bad, right? Because it lets you get back out there a little
forget
quicker.
about it, flush it.
Yeah, you don't have a choice. You got to move on a little faster. One less day, you got to think about it. But it's tough because everything's different this week. Your normal routine is condensed. Like I know Brock and I were trying to figure out, when are we doing the show? And it's like, because normally it's a Wednesday afternoon thing, but there's walkthrough tomorrow afternoon, so we'll have to do it during school tomorrow.
Well, and it's not an easy game this week. I mean, Dutchtown's good.
They're good, and it's a parish game. It's a rivalry,
District game, so you got to come out firing on all cylinders.
And this game for the seniors, the EA seniors, they're 0-3 versus Dutchtown.
Mm-hmm.
So this would be the first EA class to not beat Dutchtown at least once in a while since those years, Eddie Lacey and York. That started about a 7 or 8 game winning streak for Dutchtown there, but we haven't had a class that go 0-4 against Dutchtown in quite a while, over a decade. All right, so a little short 2-point conversion here. They're just going to hand it right up the middle, and he's got it. He has it. So it'll be 15-6, and with our missed 2-point conversion and their made one there, that's going to make it a 2-score game there when it really shouldn't be. This score up here. Let's see. Here's that 5. Guess I probably need to move that over. Okay, so we're going to refresh that. And then we're going to come back here and we'll refresh it on here. Properties, and
so that gets me. I'm a work with my hands guy, right? I can build, I can do all this stuff, but all this technology, man, it gets me.
It's frustrating right there. I'm not a huge fan of having to do all that, but it is cheaper and it's kind of easier too, I guess. I don't know. And we really don't have to have the scoreboard on here. We've got everything you need to see right there.
You got the real scoreboard on there.
Yeah, you got the actual scoreboard. So, but it's nice to have it up there.
Yeah, we look a little more professional.
Right.
Look, nice return right here. He's still going. Look, still on his feet.
He's got to put 2 hands on that ball. That's the big thing there. You got to put 2 hands on that ball.
So they blow a whistle after he drops 10 yards.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
That's a big gripe. A lot of injuries happen when you get those 4 or 5 guys piling up on somebody. Famously, EA lore, that's when Boo Palele was hurt in 2013 at Lutcher. Of course, Boo ended up going to Oklahoma State. He was committed to LSU at the time, and he tore his ACL in that game, week 5, I believe, at Lutcher. Yeah. And it was a play where he was carrying like 7 Bulldogs. Yeah. And they wouldn't blow the whistle. And if you didn't blow the whistle, he wasn't
stopping. Yeah.
And it ended with a torn ACL. So I see that in my head every time you see that situation. Just blow the whistle earlier. It's not, it's not a mistake if you do. Spartans looking to pound it inside with Elder here, and it's just not a lot of doing here. That's going to be a loss of just a little bit. Not quite a yard, but 2nd and 10.5. You're seeing those little vibrations there on camera there. That's little kids jumping around in the bleachers. So,
this
is the joy of children there.
Nice run right here.
Yeah, Jalen Bouvet there, close to a first down. He's got one.
We're laughing because that's what it feels like on a Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
Everything up here is vibrating, and it's funny because it's just a couple kids running around out there right now.
Right. And it's amazing how much a few kids out there can. These bleachers this isn't a new stadium.
No,
And
by no means.
No, and it doesn't absorb all those feet like a newer stadium would.
Poor kids in the locker room. If it's raining at halftime, they need an umbrella.
Oh yeah. It's definitely showing its age. All right, so Elder gets 3 on first down there.
A hard run right there. He was hit at the line. Still was able to go forward for some positive yards.
He was out last week, so trying to get him caught up here. I'm looking for number 6. I'm looking for Shamar. There he is. Okay, I see him. He's down there behind Coach Anderson there. But Shamar has been the other running back.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been all Elder so far. A little swing pass there to
Nice.
Bouvet. Nice block out there by 10. That was close now. I was starting to worry about that being a clip there, but he got him. He got him from front. Nice work there. Ref was on top of it. He had eyes on it for sure. So 3rd down and 3. I don't typically like that pass. I think it's too close to being a lateral, and and you put the running back in a bad spot if somebody's out there waiting on him. And usually when you throw that ball, you're not going to check off of it. You're just throwing it. So
you got to go with it. When you commit to that play, it's all or nothing.
Yep, and it's like sometimes it's just an automatic leveling by the linebacker there. So, and Elder short gain there on 3rd down and 3. Going to bring up 4th and pretty much 3.
Mm-hmm.
From the Griffin 33. A lot of 3s here. That's one of the. I don't care for plays that much that don't give you any flexibility.
Yeah.
You really need to, whether it's a rollout where you can do run or pass, or whether it's a read or some kind of other option. I just really like it more when a player, you have more than one chance to get the yardage. All right, so it's a keeper on the read there.
Nice block.
Yeah.
He's got it and more.
Yes, indeed. That's a design read there. We got no penalties. That's going to be a first down. Good job. Yeah. So what they did there is they saw something on the backside of that, and they saw it. They're biting kind of hard there on 17 on Elder. So you had a lead blocker out there for him too.
Yeah.
So you just call that keep right there, and it's a good call. Good calls. That's all base. That's a gain of about 14 right there. 1st and 10 Spartans from the Dutchtown 19. So when you see that, a lot of times somebody's been watching that. Like they say, hey, watch that backside backer, see what he's doing. All right. Well, not much doing out there.
No.
Not for it wasn't really a lack of blocking out there. Those guys were working their butts off out there. Just didn't have a lot of room.
And it's so hard for that guy because he's trying to get every yard he can. I'm sitting up here watching and not in the mix, and I'm thinking if he just cuts back towards us, he possibly scores on that. But he kept trying to get to that outside.
Yep, and I was thinking about this last week is, it's so easy up here or in the stands to say, man, you should have done this, should have done that. And until you're looking through that face mask,
that's right,
and you're doing it yourself, man, it's a whole different view down there, and you don't know exactly what they've been coached, and it's sometimes you just don't see. They're not seeing what you see. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh my goodness!
Had a nice play set up there, and then he put the ball on the turf, and Griffins come up with it.
And it's just that simple. You just can't do that. You're going to lose. You're going to lose games every level if you do that. Freshman game for sure, because you don't have as much time. So, a turnover hurts you worse than any other level of football. Man, hate to see that. That was a good drive going too. Ate up most of the rest of the clock there in the first half. Minute 29 left. Griffins leading 15-6. They're going to take over on their own 15-yard line. Ball security, man, that's a hallmark there of programs, and it's something Coach Mathern and his staff preaches over and over again. And knock on wood, fumbling has not been an issue for EA this year. We have seen very few, much fewer than I can remember.
We've held on to the ball well all season, especially with the run game. We're so heavy in the run game, and You know, and then you watch every kid, you know, they're taught now the first guy hit you, second guy come in swinging at the ball. And you watch it all the time, everybody punching and punching for the ball. And for us to hang on to it like that, it is impressive.
You can tell that's a coaching point. That's covered in individual periods every day at practice. So there's a false start there. They're going to decline that, and it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, I understand the whole hitting the ball once you get them wrapped up, but we have watched some kids who come from downtown and swing as hard as they can.
Oh, absolutely.
That is that's a little uncalled for. But to go in and a quick, you know, straight punch to the ball, that's a whole lot different than rearing back and swinging.
Right. At that point, you're pretty much punching, you know?
Correct.
I mean.
And we see it. I mean, we see it every Friday.
And you do. And there's some guys who coach that kind of thing as well. Okay, so now I think they're saying you can't decline that. And I agree with that because you really can't. You can't decline that.
Well, I wouldn't want to. I want to back them up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the best field position back for my guys here. So if we can make a couple quick stops here with 1:20 left.
And I don't think Dutchtown is too worried about. Yeah, they're fine with their lead right now.
Yeah.
So they're not trying to. They're not trying to do much of anything. They're definitely not trying to turn it over here.
No.
They're going to run the ball and run clock. So EA does take a timeout, and that is our 2nd timeout of.
We think.
Quite possibly our 2nd timeout. I don't know why Dutchtown would have called a timeout down there. But,
I don't either. But
you know, I've seen
like I said, yeah.
I've seen it.
I'm with you. I think it is our 2nd, though.
We're going to call it that. Yeah. And since it's too hard to go back and change, we're just going to leave it even if it's not. But because in a minute it won't matter anyway because we'll be at halftime. Okay, there we go. So
well, we'll find out if we got another one, you know, or 2 more, I should say.
Yeah, we're going to find out pretty soon here because we're going to call it.
We're going to burn them up.
We're going to burn one up right here, I'm sure. So 1:15 remaining here in the first half. Dutchtown and EA Thursday night from Griffin Field in Geisler. And, you know, we're kind of dodging Halloween a little bit there.
Yeah.
But Santa Monica and Prairieville are playing on Halloween.
Yeah.
So, and we're calling it right there. Okay. So that should be our last one.
That should be our last one.
I'm going to take it off the board. So, yeah, you know, it's a combination of a couple things. One of them's Halloween. I'm pretty sure Sheriff Weber would not like 4 parish teams playing in the parish, you know, as EA and Dutchtown and Santa Monica and Prairieville are all getting after it this week. I'm pretty sure he would rather that not all happen on the same night.
Yeah.
So that will help a little bit there just with resources. And you want as little people as possible besides trick-or-treaters out there. But Santa Monica and Prairieville are going to get after it.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
It's I was thinking about going to that game myself.
You know, my nephew plays linebacker there, and it's senior night, so
and you have no.
I'm gonna go.
You don't have an EA game to go,
right.
you know. So yeah.
This is we were talking about it last week. Last night was my only night off this week. You know, we got this tonight, and we'll come catch up with you at volleyball tomorrow.
Yep, absolutely.
And,
we'll talk more about that in a little while.
And then EA and Dutchtown on Thursday, and then I'm going to go watch Santa Monica and Prairieville play on Friday.
It's a packed week there.
Yeah. All right. Look, that was their timeout early. He just called another one. How about it?
And maybe they just let him.
I don't know. Maybe they gave us an extra.
So all right. So I'll just go, and that is our last one. So now I can just go take one off of Dutchtown.
Yeah.
And we'll be
all set.
We'll be all right.
So as confusing as that was to us earlier, they apparently did call the timeout.
I've seen crazier things happen. Being an LSU fan all these years, I mean, I've seen some wild timeouts called. All right, so yeah, it's a packed week because tomorrow night it is EA and Santa Monica from 612 East Worthy in the final home volleyball game of the season, of the regular season. Playoffs are coming. I don't think EA is in line for a home playoff seed. We'll check all those power ratings for you and have all that for you tomorrow night. But we're gonna call
Anytime
that game.
we can play, or I say play, beat Santa Maria at anything. I don't care if it's checkers.
I want to be there.
We want to
for
be
it.
there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can do that tomorrow. So come on out, 612 East Worthy. If you can't, you can join us right here, just like you are right now. And looks like we got a punt coming from the Griffins here. They're
trying hard to get us to jump.
And they call a timeout.
Yep.
All right, so that's their second. So they're just dead set on making me go and change these timeouts all these times here. I'm getting better at it, though. They're helping me out.
It's speeding you up a little bit.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point now where I feel like I'm pretty good at it. All right. So, so Friday night, the Gators and the Hurricanes from the pit. And I've always wanted to go to the pit and watch a game that, we're not involved in, just to kind of, every time you go over there, it's just this nerve-wracking,
Yeah.
and it's either agony or ecstasy, and it'd be nice just to go over there and just watch a football game, It'd be interesting to see what Prairieville looks like now, a few weeks removed from their win over us there, and I know last week they took it on the chin from Denham.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what they've got left in the tank there. So might do that. I don't know. It's Halloween though,
Well,
and it's big in my neighborhood. So
I'll be on Prairieville side.
Oh, well, 1,000%. Yeah. If I go, I'm also going in all camo. I've already, but it'll be nice and chilly, so that won't look quite as weird.
Yeah.
But, I got to go. I can't go over there without being in camo. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that or not, because we got Halloween, we got three nieces and nephews, and it's a situation where somebody's got to cook the chili and the hot dogs, and I think it's probably me. I also got to cook a gumbo for the weekend, so I might just be out there doing all that, just take a day off from football. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right, so the Griffins have one timeout left. Spartans don't have any. We got 51 seconds left here. So the lights have just been turned on. This is time of day where the lights don't do any good yet. So I know it looks dark out there on your screen, but that's going to improve dramatically here over the next 20 minutes or so. But this is twilight, right? And those LED lights are beautiful, and they work so much better than what we had before. They're a great investment, but at the same time, there's this time of day where they just don't. They don't really do anything.
Let's see what the Spartans got in the tank here.
Yeah, might have a little something. Might have a little something up our sleeve here. Be nice to get a score here before that. Oh, here we go.
We're going up top. And, right over his fingertips.
Man, it was right there. It was open, too.
Bouvet that would have been 6. He'd just take just a smidgen off of that throw.
Yep. And maybe if he lays out for that, he might have it. That's still a tough catch, though.
I tell you, it's funny to watch him because his older brother played with my son. And,
Chase.
Chase, he was an unbelievable athlete himself.
He was not as tall as Dalen there.
Yeah.
But
he could play.
He made the most out of his size, that's for sure. He was a good corner. Made a miss and then slipped and fell. Better hurry back to the line. Yep, got no timeout, y'all. Nothing I can do. I can't stop it for you.
Oh, we could, but
yeah, we could.
Yeah, I think we get
generally frowned upon. Fussing would just be from the other side over there. I don't even know if we could hear that. Oh, the wind is blowing this direction.
Yeah. All right, got out of bounds there.
All right, and they're making sure. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. They're making sure. They got the whole EA coaching staff here stopping the clock. Let me see here.
Matter of fact, Chase is the only one on his feet out there. Everybody else sitting down. He's pacing.
Probably wishing he could be back out there.
Yeah.
All right, there's the call coming in from Offensive coordinator Dane Chaponche. And we're going for the end zone.
And it's picked off.
And now you got to tackle him. You got to tackle him, folks.
Wow. Just underthrown on that one.
Yeah, and you know, you're going for a score there. It's not, as long as you don't give up the return, it's not the end of the world. You know, and maybe you only have 18 seconds. The problem is you got no timeouts, right? So you can't.
Correct.
It's really hard to get a freshman squad to get up there and spike it and all that, you know.
You still have time for 2 plays if you work the sideline.
You do.
We went for the end zone there, which I don't look. It's freshman football. We're learning. I don't have a problem with what we just did, but we did have time to go for 2 plays.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Yep, and Dutchtown's going to go for 1 play here.
Yep.
And that's going to be a kneel, and they'll take a 9-point lead into halftime.
Speaking of Coach Chaponche, how was he after Friday night's game?
Yeah, I didn't go around him.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, that was tough, you know, and of course for that family, for Dane and Sonny to go back, and you know, men are often weird about this kind of stuff. They don't like to admit their emotions, but Dane is actually a pretty honest guy when it comes to that, I think, and of course there were emotions.
Yeah,
of course,
yeah.
and you know, and especially for Sonny to go back to the program he built.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Unquestionably, he built that Turlings football program, and to see that from the other sideline for the first time, and you know, to just kind of soak all that in, it had to be very emotional, probably much more than they'd ever like to talk about there. And you know, it was, you know, and of course, to also get spanked like that, you know, it didn't help any at all. But it's, yeah, you know, I think he's kind of probably wishes it would have ended differently, but also probably really glad it's over.
Yeah.
And now that, you know, Turlings is off the schedule.
Yeah, let's hope we don't schedule them.
No,
next
we're
year.
not signing up for them again, I don't believe. You know, they treated us really well. They were very hospitable.
Yeah.
You know, we had a great spot there around next to the press box, and they, you know, asked us if we needed anything. They were a great crowd, like we talked about Friday night. You know, it's good people. But yeah, I think the Chaponches are kind of glad to get that past them on the schedule, and now we can just move on and look ahead to the future there.
It's easy to be hospitable whenever you know what you have like that. I mean, look, let's not sugarcoat it. That is what a championship team looks like in week 7 or 8 or whatever.
No doubt about it. Clicking on all cylinders.
Everybody was just where they made 0 mistakes.
I'll definitely be watching for them this Friday night as they take on St. Thomas More. That's their EA Sandoval game, you know, and it'll be interesting to see how they handle that and see how they look against a rival where they'll probably look way more human. Than what we saw. You know, they look like machines against us.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I think we'll see a more human team, and I think it'll be interesting to see how they play in that game. I'm looking forward to seeing. I might even watch that game.
Look, I'm wanting to see how we bounce back, because I mean we really lost identity on defense, and it's crazy because at this time of the year we should know where we're at. You know?
Absolutely.
And it's like we're starting over. We're going back to the drawing board and saying, hey, okay, we got to come up with some kind of identity here. We got to kind of find ourselves defensively. Look, offensive, we wasn't much against them, but you don't play teams like that week in and week out. I mean, that's the best team we've played all year long. And we won't face another one like that until we get deep into the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a quarterfinal level team right there,
correct.
No doubt.
But I mean, here it is, week 9 we're going into, and it's like we have to start over. You know, early in the season, we were a bend but don't break defense. We made big plays when we had to. We had turnovers when we had to. But the last couple games, that hadn't been the case.
It's been 3 in a row. You look at it. You look at those. All you got to do is look at those finals. You know, we talked about it during the game last Friday night. You've got Sam Houston, 14.
Yeah.
Denham Springs 20, but it was really 14.
Yep,
They scored in the
they
last
scored
play.
last, yep.
Live Oak was 14, and they scored late too.
Right.
So it ended up 21. And then so it's 3 straight weeks you give up 2 touchdowns in competitive time.
Right.
And then Prairieville, and it's 44, then it's 48, and now it's 64. And I don't even want to do the math on what that. Let's the good thing is, and I've told people this. Is that if you want to get better on defense, you need to play some people that don't have as good of offense, right?
Yeah.
And not to knock Dutchtown, but they don't have Turling's Catholic level offense.
That's a fact.
And of course, we haven't played anybody else who does.
Right.
Santa Monica will probably come closest to it, but they're not. That's not on the same level either.
No, absolutely not.
They would tell you that too. So it'll help to play a more defensively minded team like Dutchtown. And Dutchtown has relied on defense a good bit this year. So, I think that'll help. And I think that can help restore some confidence.
We are young, though.
We are. Yeah, okay? we replaced 9 starters,
And so a lot of people, they're looking beyond that. Like, I've talked to some guys since the weekend, and the question was, what happened? Because East Ascension has always been known for a strong defensive team.
Right.
Year in and year out. And absolutely we have been. But what they're overlooking is the fact that we're young.
Yes.
We're young on defense. We're making young mistakes.
That is absolutely right.
And now, we talked, and Tony and I talked on Friday nights about, I joke and pig and call it the T-ball defense because the ball's put in play and then everybody just swarms to the ball. And we did that exceptionally well the first couple weeks. We haven't really seen that since.
No, we haven't. We haven't been able to force those turnovers like we did, and we've seen worse pursuit angles. We've seen poor tackling. We've seen all that
with the interceptions and stuff. I mean, that's just teams saying, okay, we're not throwing it towards 12 or 4 anymore.
Right.
Okay. I mean, I think that's been the biggest thing. Every offense says we're going to throw the ball, but it won't be in the direction of 12 and 4, and we've seen that, and you can see the kid there getting frustrated because they want that challenge. They want that ball thrown to them. And it's a shame to say we can't put them on both sides, right? It's all, I don't know. I don't know what to tell everybody besides we're young, and next year we should be a whole lot better defensively.
Yeah, I think a lot of that's going to come around. Of course, we lose some key guys there like Dawson Landry.
Yeah.
We lose Javon and Donjel at the corners, but we have guys coming up who can fill in those roles, and we'll have a lot of guys coming back. We lose Tony Miles at D end, but Carson Landry will be back, Michael Levy will be back. You've got a lot of guys coming back too, so it's it's sort of it's up and down there, but yeah, I mean that's a big part of it. It's a new defense, number one. Number 2, and a lot of new faces, which is why they were more comfortable putting in a new defense because you had new faces anyway.
Yep.
And but all that being said, we still have to pursue better. We still have to tackle better.
Yes.
And I think what Prairieville did first that everybody else has sort of used as a template is they looked and they saw where our defense made the biggest plays and just didn't give them the opportunity to.
Right.
Just starved them out, you know. So they said, oh, well, we're not going to throw it back there to 12,
Yep.
We're not going to throw it anywhere near where he is. And that was smart. They used the flats. They used the sideline. And they found the weaker spots in our coverages, and they exported those, and they didn't get greedy and go for more. And that was a recipe for success.
And look, the one time Santa Monica challenged Levy, he picked it.
Yeah. In a huge play that probably ended up being the play that turned that game.
Absolutely was.
That's the play that gave us a 2-score lead. It gave us the extra possession. Other than that, neither team turned it over except on downs. So it's that was a tremendous play, and to really, when you look back at it, probably the play that won us the game.
Yeah.
Because Santa Monica won the last 6 minutes of the game.
Yes, indeed.
So it was that pick and the score that came after it, the pick, the return, and that score that came after it that really that put us over the top.
Yeah.
And where we haven't We haven't seen that. We didn't see that at all against Turlings. Of course, that game got out of hand quickly there, so it was a different story.
And look, we kept waiting for a defensive stance, and when we finally got one, the next play we threw a pick.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like,
Just give it right back,
we were in a throw-in only situation at that time.
Right.
You know.
Right. And the score dictates so much of what you're going to do. A little sky kick here, caught at the 35. There we go. Okay. So the Spartans are going to take over right there at the 40. Good field position to start. So Thursday night, Rev will have that game, Rev game of the week. I guess they're doing both. They're going to have crews at EA and Dutchtown, and it's 2 different nights, but they'll probably have 2 different crews. That's a lot to do those 2 games back to back. But you can catch that game live on Rev. It's also the LHSAA game of the week.
Oh, really?
I haven't talked about that at all, but the LHSAA network picks 1 game a week, and across the state, they do it at the beginning of the season. It's not anything they picked because of anything else. Okay, they're not going to call the hold there. That's good. Okay, I was worried about it. I mean,
it was obvious, but hey, I'll take it. Big run right there, though. I mean, not taking anything away from the young man there.
Great run. But that was, he was he was locked on him pretty good. And, sometimes there's not a whole lot of difference between a hold and a really good block. And that was maybe kind of on the borderline there, but it looked like he definitely. Looked like he had him. It was out in the open there. Usually that gets called. So,
especially when he takes him down to the ground.
Right.
Look, another big run around the side.
So another first down there, close, huh? Let's see. Yep. It's going to be a first down. And 11 yards.
We're catching the corners now. That's something that we didn't do in the first half.
Made a little adjustment there. Sometimes it's a tactical adjustment, and sometimes it is just lighting a little fire under them.
Yeah.
All right, 1st and 10 EA. Here we go. And
we're moving.
Yeah. Back us up. Follow. They're going to call it touchdown.
They must have been all sides.
Okay, huh?
Okay.
Well, I didn't see it that way, but I'll take it. All right, I got to go in here and take halftime off the thing here.
Hard run up the middle there.
And sometimes I think these kids are just like pro wrestling out there. I think they're like duplexing each other and stuff. It's amazing. I never actually looked to see what's going on because I'm afraid. I'm afraid of what I'm going to see. But man,
they're not crying, so let them go.
Yeah. Let the kids play. All right, little quarterback sweep here.
Oh man, we got to get that block.
Yeah, you can't go out there as a running back in the flat and turn around. I mean, you can't do that. I think he's about to get told that rather directly there. You can't miss, and if you do miss, then go find somebody else.
Yeah, you got to hit somebody on that.
Yeah, you don't get to turn around and watch.
He ran right by the guy that tackled him and just looked at him.
And then turn around and watch. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You'll get it figured out. All right, so here we go. We got tight end trips to the right. Go to head off.
We're going to go
sweep
around
that
that
way.
end.
There we go. Cut it up. Nice job. There we go.
like it.
Down inside the 2. Nice work right there. That's what we've been waiting to see right there. That's what you got to do there. It's so tempting just to keep running, where nobody's at. But stick that outside foot in the ground and turn up and get what you can get. Protect the ball while you do it. 15-6 Griffins here in the third quarter. Freshman game, JV to follow. And he's in.
He's in for the score.
Indeed. All right, there we go. Nice job there.
He's a shifty little runner. Not a whole lot of speed,
No.
but he's just.
He's got some long legs there, and he kind of covers more ground than it looks like he is. He's elusive. The guy I always think about when you see that is, I'm gonna go back like 20-plus years here. Arkansas, Matt Jones.
Matt
He's a big,
Jones,
tall,
wow,
white
yeah.
quarterback, about 6'6", and he always looked like he was jogging, you know?
Oh, we dropped the
And,
snap.
oh,
Gosh, dog it.
Oh, man. So that'll keep it a
3-point game.
3-point game there, which means we'll have to.
Got to learn to kick quick.
Yeah, we're going to have to do something with that. So 15-12. Let's get the scoreboard updated there. So Matt Jones was a 6'6" guy. And he never looked like he was running fast, but he would just cover like 4 yards with every stride, you know.
Yep.
So next thing you know, he was gone 70 yards down the sideline.
Yeah.
You're like, wait a second, that guy just ran past everybody. But when you're tall, my wife explains this to me all the time. Like, you got to take smaller steps, otherwise you're just going to walk away from people, and that's true. I mean, so you got longer legs like that. You can cover some ground without looking fast. And you're right. He's shifty.
Yeah.
And he covers some ground there, but he's not fast. Like Zaylen Smith, I'd say, is fast.
Right.
You know?
Right.
He's not fast. Yeah. He's not fast,
but he runs it well.
But he runs it well.
And
he gets where he needs to get. So hey, I'm all for it. Mr. Carlin Anderson, our freshman quarterback there, number 1. All right, let me see here. All right, so now we're seeing that light, that beautiful sunset there. You get that pink sky, and now you get to see the field a little better there, and these lights really start to show off. Another short kick.
It just takes a knee.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yep.
I'm okay with that.
Speaking of skyline and stuff, did you film the fireworks show from the pregame?
I did film some of it actually on my phone. In fact, I'm glad you reminded me of that. I do have that. I do have about 2.5 minutes of it.
It was phenomenal.
It was really great. I need to put that in. I need to post that. We'll post that. Yeah, I've totally forgot I did that.
I thought about it. We sat down there watching it, and God, it was gorgeous. And I kept wanting to ask you, and I forgot Friday night to ask you about it. But
yeah, I got a good solid 2. I think a solid 2 minutes of it from what I remember. Because I was filming in 4K, and I didn't really mean to, but I was. So incomplete passing on first down would be 2nd and 10. So you're filming in 4K. You film like an 8-minute fireworks show. That's going to be the size of that file is going to be enormous. So when I realized, like, okay, well,
yeah, the ending of it. I mean, that was.
Oh, it was, The guy really does a great job of designing that show. And it's the same guy we've used for years now. Ms. Andrews, that's Ms. Andrews' fireworks guy.
Yeah.
And he does a really good job. 2nd and 10 for the Griffins. They got tight end trips down here to the right. And they hand it off opposite.
Is that the same crew that did the laser show for us, or is that a different?
I don't know if that's the same people or not. It would have been smart for them to be, because they couldn't do any, because you're doing the laser show, because you can't do fireworks. So it would be smart for them to have that as a backup, to offer that. I can't remember if that's the same folks or not. Yeah. It'd be impressive if it is, though, to do both of those.
Yeah, I mean,
I much prefer the fireworks.
Yes.
And I think everybody.
Yes.
I mean, that's.
I mean, I had one of the guys that works with me calls me. He was in Baton Rouge coming down the airline, coming home, and he sent me a text. He said, "Are y'all popping fireworks at the stadium?" Look at this. Oh man.
Oh, almost.
Almost had to pick.
Almost.
And I told him, I said, "Yeah, as a matter of fact, we are." And he said, "I'm in Baton Rouge, and I can see him."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, coming from Baton Rouge on the airline.
Wow.
So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, my wife was at, no, she wasn't, but she was talking to somebody who was at Central Community Theater.
Yes.
They had a streetcar named Designer. In fact, I think it was opening night.
Yeah.
and it's right there in like the end of the first act. Here's this big 7-minute fireworks show.
Yeah.
So they weren't expecting that.
No. I laugh. My son was in Frankenstein last year, and it was the night of the EA Santamol game. And so
that's right.
That big sack right there.
Yes, indeed. Nice. Good
Come
to see
through
that.
untouched.
And that'll be a turnover right there. So the Spartans will take over on the Griffin 30.
Yeah, so they actually stopped for like the show. And it was in a break period where they were changing stage and stuff. And they actually said, y'all, wait a minute. Because it was the fireworks were so loud,
right,
inside the building.
And that's the right thing to do.
Yeah,
because it's distracting. That's distracting for everybody. So that's a good thing to go ahead and do that. And we can communicate with those folks. In fact, one of their biggest volunteers is she's on the board is one of our new secretaries, Sharonda Morris, is an EA class of 09.
Right.
So now there's no excuse. Now we always have, it's easy for us to tell, hey, look, we got this coming up.
That's right.
But we always like to work with them as much as we can.
Go.
Nice evasion there. Okay, at that point.
Yeah, you just got to give it up right there.
Yeah, if you're not going to throw it away, then you just there's really not much you can do there. You call him out of bounds? I think he called him out of bounds.
He had to.
Yeah, I stopped the clock there. He'll start it back up for me if he wants to. Yeah, it's tough because he gave up on trying to throw it, which is smart. That's a turnover waiting to happen.
Yeah, at that point, you just chunk it out of bounds.
Yeah,
don't give up the sack. Don't lose the yards.
And that's one of those things, as you get older, you'll realize, okay, I got to throw it away right now.
Yeah.
This is only going to get worse. Good run here,
yes.
Man. Nice vision right there. You like that. You like to see a little dancing, but always moving forward, right? That was beautiful. That was almost dance, and just plinkoing down the field.
Almost back to the original line there. Still missing a couple, but that was a heck of a run.
I like to see that a lot because a lot of times you say, just run downhill. Well, that's how you run downhill.
Yeah.
You're not running straight. There's all kind of stuff to avoid in there. As long as you're not running sideways, that's the way to do it. That was pretty. Just little jump cuts and
nice.
There we go.
Right over the middle.
That'll be very close to a first down. Maybe a little bit short.
Yeah, maybe 2 yards or so.
Yep. Down at the 22. Line to gain is the 21. So it's going to be 4th down and a yard here. 2:45 and counting left here in the third quarter. A little misdirection. There we go. No. Oh, man. So we went with the misdirection there. That's an old crossbuck action there where you just have the two backs in the backfield. And they used to do that in the old days under center with split backs. And they just cross up, and that should confuse the linebackers. And then you get a little misdirection, and then somebody keeps it. And in that case, it was a quarterback who kept it. And you got a lead blocker with one of those backs out there, but it just wasn't enough. They didn't. Crossbuck action didn't fool him enough.
He's hanging on to his wrist right now, too.
Yeah. You always hate to see that because, a school only has maybe 3 quarterbacks that you could ever put in a game and be serviceable. Yep. And that's over the course of 4 grades.
Right.
So you're talking about one grade, you don't want to see a quarterback go down because that position will dip pretty quick.
Nice.
That's good. Great
big
defense there.
Yeah,
good to see that.
So that was that walk around confusion. I don't know what he calls it. That defense where they just
the amoeba. Yeah. Just kind of floating around.
It
out
worked.
There.
It worked.
It worked great right there. And it works great at this level because number one, you're playing guys who haven't seen it very much,
right?
And haven't really decided how to stop it. and it's just hard. You coach kids all year to do a certain thing, and then they got this in front of them, and it's just hard. It's like playing the triple option, you know. It's you don't see it much, so it's hard to deal with. Okay, well, got a flag there. All right, yeah, gonna call legal procedure on the yeah, on the Griffins. He saw something.
Yeah.
So that'll bring him back 5 yards. Minute 44 left in the third quarter. Griffins are now on their own 25. It's second down and 17. Got to get all the way to the 42. Oh, sorry. I gotcha. Clock is running. A little sweep there around the left side. You get a big chunk of it back there. My goodness. Whew, boy. The gain of 11 right there. It's just what you ordered right there.
Yeah.
So it'll be third down, but now it'll be a very manageable third down and 6. As we get close to going under 1 minute.
So who's your pick? LSU.
Oh, my goodness. Oof.
Yeah, we're not going to leave tonight without talking about it.
Yeah, of course. I would say my first
What
pick.
a hard run right there.
Yeah, man, he's impressive. He's going to be short. He's going to be a yard short. And with a 3-point lead, I don't know if they're probably going to go for it.
And he's still down on the turf.
Yep. Looks like a cramp. Yep. He's doing a good job. He's doing a good job tonight, 32 is. So I would say my first pick would be, and hear me out here, my first pick would be Nick Saban.
Okay.
I think you go to Nick Saban and you offer him just a crazy situation. You offer him full control. When you offer him, AD, you offer him his choice of AD. You tell us, do you want Woodward to stay? Do you want, do you want Big Bird? It doesn't matter who you want. We'll put Elmo in there, you tell us who you want as AD. And, we're just going to give you more money than any person should ever get to coach football. And he comes in and he rectifies the biggest mistake he ever made, which is leaving LSU.
Which he's already said.
And he fixes a program that he loves. And he goes out like that. So I think you go to Saban and just see he'll be 74 Friday. I think he's got a few years left in him.
Okay.
And,
so let me ask you
go.
this before we go into your second pick. So we know he is 100% against the portal stuff.
Yeah, he's been pretty clear on
it. In the few years that he's been out of the game, and do you think the game has evolved enough in the last couple years where he may not be a factor anymore?
It scares me. And I had a friend say that on a text today. He actually said, I'm not so sure that even Saban is a guarantee anymore.
I don't either.
And I think that could very well be true.
And it's just because of, like you said, it's the age and it's the hatred towards the portal and that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know if he's going to play that game. And we see what it's done in Clemson. They refuse to play the game, and you're done.
Right.
And I hate it. I mean, I absolutely hate it too. I don't like what it's doing to the game.
No, I think it's done a lot of damage to the game.
I mean, there's no, I laugh because they were complaining about there wasn't enough team at the alma mater at the end of the game, which, so I get it. You just got your tail whipped by a team that you're supposed to beat, that you were beating. You had enough turnovers in the game to win it.
Right.
So I can understand some of them just booked it to the locker room. But on the other sense is because of the portal, because people flip-flop so much now, there's no more pride left.
It has definitely changed that.
It's become a me game
And
instead of
that's
the
what the
team
NFL's
game.
always
Yes,
been. And that's why people like college ball, because it's not that.
Yep.
And I feel like we've lost a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And I think Saban agrees with that.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think it's entirely possible that the game may have passed Saban by. The game, no.
The game,
but,
right,
but,
right.
but the sport,
Yes.
the business is
The
what it really is.
business part,
The business
yes.
maybe has. And yeah, it could backfire. It could.
So-
I'm willing to take that chance.
So, yeah. So who's your second?
My second pick would be, I got to go with Lane Kiffin. And the reason I say that is because I feel like he has matured as a coach
Yeah.
and as a person. And I don't
Big
think.
run here.
Oof, yeah, got to get him out. Okay, that's going to be a flag. That
No,
probably
they didn't
should
throw
be.
it. Should have been.
Should have been. That was in the blue
yeah.
over there. I mean, you got to throw that. And I understand it's a kid coming from far away, and he's, I get that. But yeah, I don't. That should have been a penalty. Thursday night, that'll be a penalty.
Yeah,
in
no doubt.
Geismar. Yeah. So I like Kiffin because I think he has matured, and I think he'd be a great fit for LSU. I think personality-wise, I think players like him. I think he's a player's coach. I think he's a good recruiter.
Oh, nice play. Get the ball.
Oh, wow.
The ball.
Yeah,
Oh, no, they blew him down.
Yeah, he should have been down, but they didn't blow it.
But no, it was a late one, and he
didn't blow
is
it.
hanging on to that leg, man.
Oh, yeah, he's hurt.
Wow.
He's hurt.
That was a big hit.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Oof.
Oh, man, you hate to see this.
And maybe that's just a cramp that's just hurting the hell out of him. Let's hope that's
Let's
what
hope
it
so.
is.
Yeah.
But he was fit to be tied down there. We saw a couple bad injuries. Cam Scatterbo, dislocated his ankle Sunday, which put the final nail in the coffin of my fantasy team. And then it was in a better case in the Missouri-Vanderbilt game. Missouri's quarterback, Pribula, it looked like he broke his. It looked like he broke his leg, but he didn't. They ended up there was some ligament damage, but it just bent but didn't break.
Yeah.
So it looks like he has a chance to come back in the regular season. So that's a rare case where you see those planted feet and all that getting caught up and having that ended up being a good thing. So he could come back. So that's good. But I just think Kiffin is more mature now, and I think he's in a time in his life where he could thrive at LSU, whereas a decade ago he might have burned himself out,
Right.
a little over the top. So I do like Kiffin. I think he'd be a great hire. He's not the only one I like. I'd be okay with Brent Key, John Sumrall. I know it's weird to take a Tulane coach, but but Sumrall is going to coach in the SEC very soon.
Yeah, he's really good.
So those are kind of mine,
So-
but it all starts with Saban for me.
So I agree. I think Saban has to deny it.
Yeah.
I think first and foremost, just because of who he is and his the lore that comes with the Saban, right? You have to make that phone call to him.
Absolutely.
Now, do I think he's gonna come? No, I don't.
I don't either.
Now, the two guys that I would work my hardest to get, I think are impossible picks, but Joe Brady.
Okay.
Joe Brady, because we don't win a natty in 19 without Joe Brady.
Yeah. Yeah. He was
Period.
instrumental to that.
Yes.
He was the third down and red zone guy.
His plays were called. He may not have been calling them, but his plays were called throughout every game. Because we saw, and look, not taking anything from Insminger, okay, but he called it by himself the year before. Same offense.
Yeah.
And it was lackluster. Joe Brady comes in, and then the whole offense is revamped. So I think he played more of a factor than what they said. I think it was a Joe Brady playbook that was used during games. And then he got creative on the third down stuff and, and all that. But I know he has verbally said the college game is not where he wants to be, but that's another one that I'm forced to tell me no.
Right.
Okay.
And here's the upside to him. He has experience at LSU.
Yes.
He knows the game. He knows the drill. He knows the area. He's had amazing success here.
Yeah.
The downside is he's never been a head coach.
Right.
And that, of course, that's a downside.
It is.
And he also has he's been in the pro game, which is good and bad because this has become much more of the pro game.
Yes, it has.
So it is kind of a good and bad thing. But there are some things that, he's probably not. They say he hates recruiting. He doesn't want anything to do with recruiting. But you recruit a lot less now.
Yeah.
You pay more and you recruit less. So
well, and that's when you hire somebody like Ed Ogeron. They come in and just be your recruiting coordinator.
There you go. Wouldn't that be interesting?
Yeah, that would be something. But the one that I would really love to see, and I don't know that we can get him because I think Nike is going to throw too much money his way, is Lansing from Oregon.
Yeah, he's done a great job up there.
Yeah.
But he's not really he's not a Pacific Northwest guy.
Yeah.
And I would imagine he would love to get back in the SEC.
Yep.
That would be interesting.
Now he picked off right there.
All right, there we go. That's just what we needed there. Hey, there we go. Let's make something happen. Just hold on to the football.
There we go.
Cross
Nice.
midfield. All right. Spartans will take over there. 7:50 left in the ball game, just across midfield in Griffin territory there. Nice work there. Excitement there from that EA defense. Lanning would be. He's a Southern style coach. He's an SEC style coach, and he's done a great job at Oregon. I wouldn't have a problem with him. He's one of those guys. I think you have to make him. If Saban says no, Kiffin says no. I think, or you can. He's right there with Kiffin, really.
Right. And I don't know that we can because, like I said, Nike will probably foot the bill to keep him.
You don't want to play big bank, takes little bank with those guys.
Yep.
And if they choose to do that, that's going to be an issue.
I did read an article where guy they were talking about there was Tiger Mafia guys, and they said their two calls would be Saban first and Urban Meyer second. And I'm thinking, please no. I don't want to see an Urban Meyer. You may have different feelings on that.
No,
I can't see having Urban Meyer.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
I never have
been. I would not care for that very much at all.
And it's funny because they talk about Brian Kelly. He don't know Louisiana. Well, Nick Saban didn't know Louisiana.
That's true. That's true.
He
had no connection to it.
Nothing whatsoever. And he came here, and it was funny. I read another article. I mean, everything's been flying here lately, but it compared his first 4 years to Brian Kelly's, right? And Saban's was not much better.
No.
But what people got to understand, when he came here, we were in shambles.
Oh, absolutely.
And so he came in with nothing and built what we are today.
Yeah, he was rebuilding from scratch. Yeah, it was a bad situation there at the end of the DiNardo years. And at a time when you cannot just in 1 year snap your fingers and rebuild.
Correct.
That was going to be a 2 or 3 year job at minimum.
It wasn't the portal like they got now.
You had to do it.
Go and throw
you had
money
to develop.
out.
You had to recruit and develop.
That's right. That's when you actually had teams with 5-star athletes that were, if you had 2 or 3 on offense, you were loaded, right?
Oh yes.
Now they just pay the money and they get 8 of them.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a totally different world now.
And then
really
if you don't play, you can get up and go somewhere else. And that wasn't the case back then.
Nope. And Saban was, Saban had some guys that weren't too happy with him that wanted to transfer out, and some who did. You know? That's a whole different world to navigate now, for sure. Yeah, you're right. Saban in 2002, if you remember 2002, Mark gets hurt in the Florida game, I believe, and when it was well in hand. Ben Wilkerson also got hurt in the Vanderbilt game when it was well in hand. He tore his ACL. So that's two hugely important players in those seasons, bookending the national championship season.
Right.
That Saban shouldn't have had in the game anymore.
Correct.
But he didn't admit that. But the 2002 season was tough. He ended up, I think, 8-5.
Yeah.
Lost to Arkansas. In a miracle comeback. It was the miracle on Markham, they called it. So that was you romanticize things.
Yeah.
When you look back at it, but when you really go back and think about it, man, yeah, it was the 2003 season was magical. But besides that, it was not. It was not all roses.
Right.
And it wasn't too much different from what we've experienced the last 4 years.
Correct. Yeah.
I
I thought Brian Kelly was a terrible hire from the beginning.
think it was forced. I think you pick the best guy out there, and you hope that he overcomes whatever weaknesses, like not being a good fit, and
And he was I don't care what his record is. He never won big games.
Correct.
You could coach at Notre Dame and no conference and beat up on chump teams year in and year out, but anytime he got to a bowl game, he got embarrassed.
Yeah.
And dangerous throw right there,
on
almost picked
down,
off.
So yeah.
So
Spartans turn it over there.
I really thought that was a terrible hire in the beginning.
And my problem is with Scott Woodward here, because Woodward goes and throws all that money at him. Should have been able to see that maybe it's not a great fit. This is a risk. Had that giant buyout hanging over us there, and in a pretty risky situation. And then you let him come in. You let him run off Tommy Moffitt, who was an institution. You get Coy Raymond out. You let Blake Baker walk out the door. He was already in the house. As linebackers coach, and just you question all that, and all those calls were wrong. Every last one of those was the wrong call.
Right.
But he's Brian Kelly, and he's a $100 million man, so nobody questions it, and they let him do it.
Now, one thing you said earlier that that would be huge by telling Saban, "Hey, you bring in your own AD," because I don't think Woodward fits.
Excuse me. Yeah. I don't think he's well. People will talk about baseball and women's basketball. Well, Mulkey wanted to come here.
Yeah,
so he didn't do anything with that. He just wrote the check. I mean,
baseball. Jay Johnson wanted, everybody wants to coach at LSU.
Sure.
This is not. He don't make those hires and you praise him for it, because the people. There's not a baseball coach in the country that does not want to come to LSU and coach.
Absolutely. LSU is Ohio State and Alabama and LSU all combined in baseball.
Big stop in the backfield.
Huge stop there. All right, it'll be 3rd and long for the Griffins. On top of that, he really wanted Kevin O'Sullivan, the Florida baseball coach.
Yeah.
So Jay Johnson wasn't even his first choice.
Who is, that done took time off because he's got family problems, but
not the first time.
How about all the other family problems that he didn't take time off for?
Right.
He's controversy all over the place.
That were known when that hire was being made. So you have to question Woodward there on all that, and not to mention he's the one who saddled A&M with the beginning of that Jimbo contract. So he's the guy who started throwing a bunch of money at a big name and making that be your coaching strategy there.
We talked about it at work today. It should be pay as you go.
Yeah.
You win, you get $1 million.
Kind of like the way we all work. You produce, you get paid.
You get paid more.
That should definitely be our next contract. We should be the ones who pioneer that.
You lose, you still get paid, but you don't get the big bucks.
You perform big,
then
you're going to get paid astronomically.
That's right.
You win SEC championships and national championships, right? Then you're going to get giant amounts of money. I think that's just the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're doing like what Brian Kelly did, okay, well you get money, you're plenty comfortable, but you're not going to get the $10 million a year.
Well, look, and we joked about it too. If Shane Gotro walked in tomorrow and told me, "Hey, I'm gonna give you $50 million because you're fired," I'm gonna tell you, Go ahead and write the check.
Yeah, what Coach O say?
Yeah.
What
door you want me to
what
leave
door
out
you
of?
want-
Yeah. I mean, absolutely.
All right, Spartans hold here. Nice job there. Didn't even give up a single first down to the Griffins there. So it's going to be 1st and 10 EA with 4:34 remaining in the ball game. And this drive is probably going to decide the ball game here.
No doubt.
And it should. Hey, we should drive down here and score with 10 seconds
We
left.
just
How
need
about
to
that?
hang on to the ball here. We got to do a little bit better protection of the football.
The only difference in the game has been 2-point conversions.
Yeah.
That's it. It's 2 touchdowns to 2 touchdowns.
Look, we're
Ooh,
going up
look
top.
At this.
Oh, man.
1st and 10. You know, if you're going to do that kind of thing, I guess 1st and 10. Now you have to change your philosophy now.
Yeah,
You got
look,
3 downs to get 10 yards right here. So now you don't do that again. Now you either run the ball here or you throw something conservative, and you're trying to get 10 yards. And then after you get that first down, then maybe you play around again.
like I said, that's not a terrible call as long as we pick up a first down here.
Yeah.
You know, if we don't get the first down, then that's probably a terrible call.
Little screen
Nice.
there. Good call.
Set up.
Good call on 2nd down.
Wow.
First down. There we go.
So, see, the first play was a great call.
There it is.
Look, they're just letting them run. There's no whistles,
That's
nothing.
wild to me. That is just wild. You're going to get a kid hurt doing that.
You have one kid, our quarterback, that was not amongst that pile.
Yep. I mean, that's
One player on the field.
that's a lot of feet to get tangled up right there. A lot of feet to get tangled up. We're going to go inside of 4 minutes before this snap. I'm going to bring the quarterback over here to talk a little bit here. Might want to make that pretty quick.
Well, he was hanging on to his wrist earlier, but he come out slinging that football like he had no problem with it. So
I think he's all
he might
right.
have just bent it the wrong way maybe a little bit.
That was a great call there on that screen. That's conservative. It has the potential to get big yardage, and it did there. So, good call.
We better get to the line and get it moving.
Yeah, we got to get this play called.
Let's go, guys.
It's going to be real close here. White at, yep. I knew it. I knew it was going to happen.
Oh,
Called
they
a false
called this
start.
on us. Wow. I didn't. I'm not down there, but I didn't see any blue moving.
No.
They saw something I didn't see.
Yeah, I did not see that. I would have been okay with delay a game there.
Yeah.
'Cause that was right there at it. He actually had his signals. He was ready for that. He was ready for delay a game too. I don't know if you had one guy get set and then move again. I'm not sure. I didn't see it.
It had to be on the other side, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
because on this side towards us, I did not see it.
Little speed sweep here. And
Shoot.
great job there. Great
telling
job there, 44.
Oh, my goodness. Come on. 22 just takes down our quarterback by his face mask and slings him to the ground.
Oh, wow. And we do have a
Wait,
flag on that.
like we're talking, this is 30 yards up the field.
Yeah, and he's talking to the ref there, too. Boy, he can't stand that. And
I'm
you know,
sorry. I said that was our quarterback. That was number 4, not number 1. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
that doesn't matter too much. Either.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
it looks just like one, doesn't it?
Yeah, he does.
On the front, it definitely looks like one.
They're built the same, too.
Yeah, well, they look right at it. So that'll be 15 yards. Man.
Wow.
That's
I
a
mean, he
huge
slung him
penalty.
down.
Yeah, and as mad as their coaches might be about what he did there, the worst part is talking back to the ref.
Yeah.
You know, you can't do that. You can never do that. Let your coaches handle that. Even if you're right.
Yeah.
You could be
Yeah.
100% right.
Yeah.
You know you're right. The ref saw it wrong.
Yeah.
It happens. Just don't.
Yeah.
Any level, never do that. Let your coach
preach
do
that.
that talking for
I
you.
preach that every year I coach baseball. I better never catch a kid telling an umpire anything.
Yeah, you can't show
That's
an
my
official.
job.
Yep, that is your job. If you
Yep.
want to act a fool and get kicked out of a
Yep,
game, then that's
right.
on you.
I've never been kicked out of a game. How about that one?
There
And
you
look,
go.
and I've gotten loud.
Well, I can imagine.
You know.
I can imagine. All right, clock is rolling. We're under 2:45 left in the ball game here. Spartans are going to make it do or die on this drive here, and it.
Oh,
Lord.
come on now.
That just looked incredibly sloppy there. Yeah. Yep. That's been a problem at every level. We've seen that Tuesday and Friday night. Just that false start, kind of sloppy start to the play kind of thing.
Well,
there.
we do. We put a lot of people in motion, especially whenever we're in our new offensive look with the big cat. A lot of people in motion, and so I can see the confusion.
And you're going to have that. That's a byproduct of doing that. You're going to have more of those penalties. All right, Elder there looking to stay inside. I like that. All right, it's going to be 3rd down and about 4. We're going under 2 minutes here. Spartans not exactly in a hurry up yet. Have all 3 of their timeouts, so they're all right.
Yeah, they got plenty of time. Now we know he's got the arm to reach it to the end zone right here too. So.
Yep. All right, so 3rd down, definitely 4 down territory. So you got 2 downs to get this 4. Looks like 5 yards, let's call it.
That's a 1st down run right there.
Nice job. Nice job. Inside the 25-yard line. And that'll stop the clock for the we're going to stop the clock altogether. So that
looks like a timeout by EA.
Yeah.
So do you take a shot here?
That's a good question. Yeah, I wouldn't be against it. I mean, you got, if you can get a one-on-one matchup, you know, maybe if you go trips one way and go maybe go trips up here to the top, you know, to the left, and you get one guy down this way. If you can get man-to-man coverage on that, that'd be wonderful.
Now, the one we did a while ago, that safety followed over, so it was covered by 2. That was, you know, not premier.
And, you know, what you can do there is if you see it and you're like, okay, all right, I'm not going to get man coverage, well, then you have a little screen or something, a little bubble or something you can throw, or you can hand it off. And you could even let the quarterback call that. You know, he could get up to the line and just have a call, you know, and that'll tell run or we're either throwing a go route to our guy on the short side, or we're running the ball. So, and he just calls it. And you can do that in the huddle, and he just calls it from the line. You could do that. And then you could just keep doing that.
Oh, picked off.
No.
Wow, that was a dangerous throw right there. That's not where we want to go.
A lot of traffic.
Wow. And just what we just talked about, I mean, find a guy that's not covered by everybody.
Yeah,
and
it just seems like we've thrown a lot of balls into the Dutchtown secondary there. They've just had guys all over the place. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's one of those situations where you're just gonna, you just gotta learn. You just gotta learn, and you know the film will show that, and you see that, and just like it looks differently to us when he sees that on film tomorrow, he's gonna say, "Oh man, yeah, that wasn't there," and that's not what he's seeing through his face mask, you know. And he's just gonna have to get better at seeing what he needs to see, and it takes time. It takes time. It takes a lot of work.
look at him. He's still
broke
on
out.
his feet.
Oh, wow.
And we were hitting. I mean, that young man's taking some shots, and he's still on his feet.
Timeout EA, 1:14 remaining. Edit timeouts, down to 1 left. So that, I don't know what, doing the math there. We used to have a chart. And on Friday night, you had this chart, and it would tell you based on how much time was left and how many timeouts both teams had. It would tell you how much you could run off. Because you try to do that math in your head in the middle of the game, that's going to be all messed up. But they have these charts made, and it's just a big old chart, big table, and you just say, okay, 2 timeouts left. There's 2:14 left in the game, and it tells you how much time you could run off before you have to punt or whatever. And that's kind of where we are right now. Is can Dutchtown run it out from here? And I would say probably so. Probably so. To get a first down, absolutely. Game
Yeah, most of a bad snap. He just falls on it. There's nothing he can do with that one.
Nope. And that's going to be our final timeout. Yeah, that's about the worst thing that could have happened to him there besides us picking that one up. So we're down to no timeouts. Let's take those off of there.
Speaking of Smith, what's his injury looking like now? Is he
It's improving. It is healing. It is healing, but it's a process.
yeah,
And it's just kind of a week by week kind of thing.
kind of maybe playoff bound?
It
maybe
could be. It could be definitely be a situation. Usually those injuries are 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe more. Just kind of depends on the healing and depends on how much weight they can stand on it. So it's just a wait and see kind of situation.
Maybe another bad snap, and look, he fumbles again.
Wow. Now we can't stop it again, so it's just
No.
going to be a matter of how much time they can run off here. And they're going to be able to bring it down to about 20, 25 seconds, I think.
You should be able to get a shot there.
Yeah, we're going to get the ball back here. Man, I don't know what's happened to Dutchtown here. That's just,
That was sloppy.
yeah, that's some of the worst plays we've seen from them all night.
Because they've been pretty stout all night long, and then the snaps have been clean until these last two.
I am surprised by that. Yeah, that's disappointing for them. So, I'm going to get one more chance here. You can see, Coach Chaponche talking to Carlin Anderson down there, just trying to get him prepped up for what's coming with no timeout. So, Dutchtown calls a timeout to prevent a further loss of real estate there. To be honest with you, I kind of lost track of what was going on there, and I thought I had the clock running when I shouldn't have there. Because it's football. There's not many times when nothing's happening and the clock's running. So it's just that weird time of the game where you gotta stay on top of it. Let me get that refreshed, and now we'll have our timeouts right. And I got to do that on the real screen, the real scoreboard as well. Edit timeout 1. Boom. All right. So here comes the punt, man. And Dutchtown, you're just praying for a good snap here.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
get away from it. You got to get away
There
from
we
it.
go.
There we go.
Take
All right.
EA bounce.
15 seconds. All right. We'll take that.
Two plays.
There you
Work
go.
the sideline. 2 plays here.
No timeouts, so you gotta get to that second play. You either go for the end zone twice, or you get you a good one here around the 15, 20-yard line, get out of bounds, and now you still might have to, depending on you might have 2 more.
That's
You
right.
might still have 2. We'll see. So it's going to be from the 34. Griffin 34 is where the line of scrimmage will be there. Spartans have 15 seconds, down by 3.
Well, I don't see anybody stretching a leg out there, so I don't think we're going to be kicking anything. here.
No, we're going to cross this one over to Plain, or we're going to go down by 3 to the Griffins. It's going to be one of those two. Not going to have any tying field goals out here tonight. Not in this one.
I'll ask you after this here.
Oh gosh.
Oh, and then we attack the middle of the field.
It just makes me nervous. I don't know. Yeah, I don't. If you catch that ball, I don't know
think
what
time
you
runs
do.
out on you.
I don't think you get another playoff. If you do, you're scrambling and you're getting off in 1 second, and everybody's out of breath, and you don't even know what you're running. I don't know. All right. Well, let's see what happens here. 2nd and 10.
Picked off again.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Yep. That's going to be your ball game, folks.
So on JV is Tristan back, quarterback, or is
I
he
believe
still,
so.
Okay.
I think so. I think that his knee, there was a minor thing. There was no structural damage at all, so it was just a matter of soreness and just ligament strength.
Okay.
So I think a little bit of rest there, some treatment there did him just fine. You'd really like for the clock to run out there, and I think the officials there would have liked me just to run it out.
Yeah, probably.
Because you don't have to do this, and this can get kind of weird sometimes, and sometimes some guys let out some frustration. So, but hey, you could also have a snap come off somebody's hand and go into the. You never know. So hey, we got to play here, and it should be nothing, but sometimes it doesn't happen that way.
That's it.
There we go. All right.
All right, so freshman
So the
Spartans
horn
are going
does
to fall.
work.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, the horn works. Yeah, I was told a couple weeks ago the horn was fixed, and we had never tried it. So the horn works. How about that? Yeah. So the freshmen.
They're going to fall to the Griffins tonight, 15-12.
Good game is 2 touchdowns to 2 touchdowns. The turnovers got us. One fumble down there, close to the red zone. A couple of red zone interceptions. That's tough. That's tough. But a competitive game. Spartans, the freshmen have 1 game left, and that's going to be on the road at Walker next Tuesday night. And I think we're gonna bring that one. I think we're gonna do that one.
Really? Okay.
I live in Walker, so it's easy for me just to get on over there and then go straight to the house. But
you may have to do that one without me.
yeah, I understand completely. I understand.
I'll never leave Gotros at 5 o'clock and get to Walker for 5:30.
No, you would not.
Yeah.
I very well may do that game next week. Let's see if we can get these guys. I wonder what we're going to do here, how much time we need. Go 8 minutes. Start. We'll bring that score right on back down for both teams there. And we'll go to quarter 1. Okay. Let me see. Edit.
Yeah, I think we should take a time out before we get the next game started.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, my goodness, 94. What happened
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, that just reminds me of Turlings there. I'm getting a little flashback there. Let me see here. Let me just turn the board off and turn it back on. Sometimes that's the best way to do it. Just start a new game. All right, so we're going to take a little break, and we'll be back for the beginning of EA and Dutchtown JV. Hang out with us. Go get you a drink. Grab you a little sandwich or something there, and we'll see you in just a few minutes. All right, these officials are not playing about trying to get out of here at a decent hour. We got this JV game cranked up in near record time. Of course, those guys stretch. You know, they stretch in the they stretch in the end zones. They stretch any chance. They stretch at halftime, so they're pretty much ready to roll. And there's kickoff. It's a squibber. Oh, not much chance of return there. Griffins are quick on the tackle there. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans from their own 30-yard line.
All right, Coach, I'm back in here.
Oh man, they cranked this one.
Yeah.
Up.
I had to smash that cold cut combo.
There you go. I missed the old cold cut combo. That was a good one.
Yeah, if it's good enough for Happy Gilmore, it's good enough for me, man.
I used to love that, man. I used to love like bologna sandwiches when I was a kid, you know.
That's my favorite, man.
Oh, I haven't had one in forever. Can't have them anymore. Man. Yeah, I'm kind of stuck with chicken.
Well, I know we ain't going to turn this into a cooking show, but I smoke mine.
Oh, there you go.
We smoke them and then slice it and then make your sandwiches after that. Oh, man. There's nothing better than smoked bologna.
Oh, man.
Yep.
I had it once at a restaurant.
Yeah.
All right, what are we doing here?
Like we got to delay a game.
Delay a game, yeah. Before we've even ran the clock in the scrimmage play. All right, so I'm trying to get this scoreboard updated. I totally forgot to do that from the freshman game. Did it on the real one. I guess that counts more since people would be pretty mad if I didn't.
Oh, man, right in the hands.
Yep, can't win like that. Gonna have to catch better than that. So it's Logan Hugh starting the JV game here, and of course with Zaylen out, you know, Tristan.
Hey, he's a backup for
Tristan is one play away. Yeah, he's one play away on Friday night. So I've known people who believed you should still play those guys on Tuesday night, and I've known more people that believe you shouldn't.
Well, and
I can understand.
Look, I see it both ways. Look, makes him miss.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, nice play right there.
Excellent work there.
I see it both ways. You know, it was you want those guys, you want them to get some action, right? I mean, just in case they got to go in.
Right. You do. They have to stay fresh. They have to stay in it mentally.
And then I know, like, when my son was a junior here and he was the backup to varsity, Coach Lee didn't let him play JV games. Now, he played, big hit. Wow. That ball took too long to get there. That has to be a 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, can't leave him hanging.
But Coach Lee, you know, he only played him the Dutchtown game and the Santa Monica game. Matter of fact, that's only 2 games as a JV that he played the entire games. No, why? I mean, you want to win.
Yeah.
You want to win those games, right?
Right.
And but other than that, he didn't. You know, when he was the backup for varsity, he didn't touch the field in JV other than those 2 games. So I see it both ways.
Yeah, I do. It's just it's.
Now, as a dad, I see it as like the coach sees it, right? We can't get you hurt, right?
Right.
Just in case, because you are one play away. You try to tell a teenager that who wants to play every game of his life. You know, it's hard to get that into his head and say, hey, look, you're not playing because you're not any good. You're not playing because of the chances of we don't want you hurt, and then the varsity guy gets hurt.
You're being punished because of the situation.
Correct.
Not because of anything you've done.
Right.
And that's tough.
Yeah. Oh, they went the water cooler.
And as you can see, the difference between the freshman and JV teams, the receivers.
Yeah.
I mean, it is so much fun to watch these guys. They are terrifically built.
Yeah, we said this last week and week before. They're varsity ready physically.
Yeah. Absolutely.
They got great physiques. Just their build is, and they can run. Jeez, these guys can run.
And if they just catch the football consistently, there is no limit to what they can do.
Oh, boy, we are throwing in some dangerous spots tonight.
You just kind of put it up there. Said, hey, they probably said, hey, look, go see if anybody can go get it.
Mm-hmm.
Turnover on downs there.
Right there. I thought he should have dropped a little deeper in that. He really wasn't facing the line of scrimmage when he turned to throw that ball,
It does make it a lot harder to get a completion there.
Yeah.
Less accurate. You almost would have rather they intercepted that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a punt, basically.
Exactly what it was. All right, so 1st and 10. This is kind of crazy. Dutchtown's freshman and JV teams both started their first possession from the EA 49-yard line.
Yeah.
Second and 1, 9-yard pickup there on 1st down.
Look,
Griffins
I know
have
this is JV, right? And we've just got done with freshmen, and they're wearing hand-me-down uniforms from old varsity years,
Yeah.
Nice, broken up. He saw 6 on that one, Coach.
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
But they're wearing the old hand-me-down, just like our group is. And that's one thing. Look, I've got great friends. Coach Say and I were good friends, and many people on his staff. Coach Mastretta and I are good friends. Shake Snyder with baseball and I are good friends. No knock against them whatsoever, but they've always been lackluster on their uniform combinations, in my opinion. I think they got great colors, the purple, the silver, the black. But, man, it's just they're plain in all their uniforms.
Absolutely. They have always been that way. They have been very plain. And, I always thought Benny was kind of a plain kind of guy, you know. He's just kind of a ham sandwich kind of guy,
Yeah.
And I always thought that kind of seemed to fit him. They changed up a little bit at one point and had more white in there. And they had like a good white stripe on the helmet. But yeah, Dutchtown has been very, very vanilla when it comes to uniforms all the way through. Whereas EA has had, we've had, yellow helmets.
They're going deep with it, and he caught it out of bounds. Yeah, there was a time where we were a little too flashy. We were almost the Oregon of high school.
Yeah.
Okay, and had all these different color combinations, and I was never a fan of that. I didn't like the 2 helmets. I think that was a lot of wasted money. They're meeting on something down here.
Yeah, it certainly is, a lot less money to do that in high school. And, of course, those yellow helmets were kind of a throwback to the 90s there.
Yeah.
But it's I'm not a big fan of the new uniforms, the new varsity uniforms, because I'm a press box guy, and I like big block numbers.
Right.
I think Oklahoma, Alabama, you never wonder what a number is.
Right.
And I like those numbers. I like the way those jerseys look. And the italicized stuff, I'm not a big fan personally, but it doesn't really matter. But
yeah, I like that. Which our colors pop, so it doesn't really matter what you do with it. But I'm still a big hard run. Look at this. He's in.
He's in.
I still like solid blue at home, and I like all white with the blue lids on away games.
Yeah,
And
I do too.
you know, our big chant here is too much blue, and it's hard to say too much blue when we got white pants, yellow pants, blue, you know, hardly any blue on.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
Yeah. And there was a time not so long ago that's kind of what we did. I mean, we kind of strayed away.
Yeah, we were
from
kind of all over the place
yeah.
with that.
And so I'm glad to see Brock brought it back to what it was, you know.
It is a much more traditional look.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish we had those big block numbers. I love those. And I know I got Mr. Loyce and Porto on my side.
Yeah, oh, no doubt. How was the ride home the other night?
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. You know, of course, you know, lost, so there was some, you know, we weren't
Yeah,
super.
recoached the whole game, I'm sure.
Yeah, you have to, you know, you're thinking back to it and say, well, if we did this, did
Yeah.
that, or what happened here, what were we
Yeah.
thinking there, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of insight from those guys, man. They're just
Yeah.
they've seen a lot, and it's fun to hear some of those stories, and
Mm-hmm.
they can make comparisons to games you never
Yeah.
heard of, you know.
Mr. Loyce and Mr. Tommy, they've both been around so long.
They have a lot of wisdom, They've seen a lot, so it's always fun to be able to spend some time with them. Tommy Trahan as well. He's you know, he's seen a lot
Oh,
both
Oh,
here
look
and
at
at Chalmette. All right, just fall on it. That's good.
I like it.
Yeah, it's 1st and 10 Spartans. That's all that matters. That wind
Oh, it's
is
nice.
feeling a little bit cooler than it did
Yeah.
a couple hours ago. Just hoping that rain holds off. It is going to rain tonight. It's not going to be forever, and it's not going to be a whole bunch, but it is going to rain some point between now and when you wake up in the morning. And when you wake up in the morning, it's going to feel like Christmas.
As long as the rain holds off till we walk out of this stadium.
Yeah, can it wait to midnight? I'd take that. As long as I get in the house,
Yeah.
you know, as soon as I shut the front door, okay, it can start pouring down. That's fine. But yeah, it's going to be, tomorrow's going to be like 60 with a wind blowing out of the north, about 20 to 25. That's beautiful. I might just go stand outside some tomorrow.
Might even wear a windbreaker tomorrow.
Oh, man. I
No
can't
pants, but I'm still being shorts. But
I don't get that luxury there on the shorts there, but
look, man, they're
wow.
still.
And they're just
I
going to
tell
let
you
them.
what, they let them go. Look at this.
Is this going to go all the way to Burnside? I mean,
Wow.
what?
They should have blew the whistle 10 yards ago.
Yes, I've never seen anything quite like that. And, you know, it's
Unbelievable.
amazing that they come out of there and nobody's hurt. My goodness gracious. Thank goodness. Yeah, that's just, I mean, come on. I mean, the rule, you know, on forward progress is as long as forward progress is being made, then, I mean, the play continues, but I don't know. At some point, it's about safety.
But it's about safety.
Yeah.
That should be first and foremost.
And you're not going to get anybody to break out of that and score
No.
a touchdown there.
No.
So, you know, and the more people that pile on there, the more likely something's to happen. 2nd and 6 for the Spartans here.
Well, normally that's when you see a foolish dive in there from somebody on the
Right.
outside.
Right.
That's what normally causes the injury.
Nice cut
Yes.
back to the outside there. I like that a lot. 1st down and then some. Man, that was pretty cut. We're catching it from both directions because the AC is still on in here too, so we're catching it.
It's
both ways.
comfortable right now.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
last
fine
week
with
we were
it.
freezing in
Oh,
here,
yeah, it was
but
too
this
much.
is
It was too much.
it's good.
All right, we're halfway through the 1st quarter here.
So after the game, we loaded all the equipment up in the truck, and we had to hike back across Sterling's field, right?
Good Lord.
And we were cutting across the field, and they left their cards, their flash cards, on the field.
Oh,
And I looked at Court and I said, "You want to borrow them?" I don't know that they would help us, but
you know, you never know.
we left them. We left them.
I bet you they would help St. Thomas more.
Yeah. And then look, we had to walk through the crowd. I tell you what, even after the fact, and it's always, you can always speak easy whenever you win, right?
Right.
But I tell you what, we walked through the team, the parents. That was some of the most polite people that we've ever played. I'm gonna tell you, they're a class act all the way around.
I was impressed by them. They had a great crowd.
Now, I was not impressed with the crowd that left early from them.
Yeah.
That really gets on me. But,
yeah.
the ones that hung around, we actually got to talk. It took us a minute to get out of there because we actually talked to quite a few people. And then we talked to Coach Maha again, the wrestling coach, on the way out. And he said, man, we wasn't expecting this tonight. I said, well, neither were we.
All right, there
Spartans.
we go. Oh, we got a flag in there late.
Oh, man.
I don't know. Looks like that might be.
Well, we got.
Yeah, it was thrown from way back there.
Yeah.
That's got to be an offensive penalty.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing else it could be.
Holding. Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, we'll back it up and do it again.
Yep. Well, that looked great, except for the hold there. That was beautiful.
Now, settle an argument for me. The last time we were there was in 21.
21, South Side, first round of the playoffs.
And so as we were leaving out, my son said, oh, screen set up beautiful, just a little high throw. My son said, and they redid this turf. And I said, really? And he said, yeah. He said, before it was really slick. It was packed down, like there was no blades of grass standing. And it was soft when we crossed it, right? So I said, okay, I can believe that. They apparently they got money. You can tell by the facilities. But he claims that the track was not turfed in 21.
Ooh.
And I said, no, I think it was. And he said, Dad, he said, remember, I had a concussion for that game.
So he had experience.
I stood on the sideline. I'm telling you. He said that I said, maybe it was a concussion thing talking about it. So I'm in disagreement with him. I didn't know if you knew or not.
You know, I think we're going to check back in Huddle and see there. I think that game would be on Huddle. I could check on that and we'll check that at halftime and see. And I bet you we can pull that up and be able to see that. It would definitely, and you know, and he very well may be right. From memory, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
It didn't seem familiar to me.
Yeah.
When we walked on it, but at the same time,
Yeah, I know.
so we could check. It'd be easy to see on Huddle.
And I hate losing arguments to him.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, we'll take a look at it, and then we may not mention it again.
Yeah.
And it just depends on you. And that's how you'll know what the answer is. We don't bring it back up, then we just kind of know what happened there. We're going down inside of 2 minutes here in the first quarter. 7-0 Griffins. They scored on their first drive.
The Spartans are looking good here. We're moving the football.
All right, we'll call a timeout with 1:51 left. So tomorrow we do have EA and the Gators from 612 East Worthy, and that'll be the last regular season home volleyball game. They're celebrating senior night tonight, and only 2 seniors on the team there. We'll show some pictures from that tomorrow night. So we'll show you some of the festivities there from tonight.
And what time does they kick off?
It's start off my back night, so they're going to have some. They'll have a couple of teacher presentations before, so I think about 6:15.
Okay.
Usually, the first serve is around 6:20, 6:25, somewhere around there. So it might be a little later. It might be 6:30 tomorrow night. All right, let's see what we do here. You gets rid of it.
Oh, look, still juggling, but it goes out of bounds.
Man,
wow.
That must have been at least 3 times he had a chance at it. None of them were good. I mean, there was no good chance to catch that ball, but I mean, he kept it alive just in case he was able to get 2 hands on it. And the Spartans turn it over on downs. Disappointing in there to a good drive. feel like that won't be our last chance at the end zone tonight.
No.
So, yeah, we do have the Spartans and Gators tomorrow in volleyball. And then Thursday night's EA and Dutchtown varsity. Thursday night action from Geismar. That is not only the Rev game of the week, it's also the LHSAA Network game of the week. So you can take your pick there. I would choose Rev. Those guys know us better.
So those volleyball, they'll be wearing orange uniforms tomorrow?
I think they will. I think they did last year. I think they did. We'll see. We'll see. I can't remember if they did last year or not. I think they did. That's become sort of a campus-wide tradition for them there. I know baseball did it last year.
Go.
Got a little wheels on them there. First down for the Griffins. And we're coming up on the last play or two of the first quarter here on Burnside. So a packed week today. This week in sports action, we have volleyball senior night against Walker over there in the gym. We have EA and Dutchtown Freshman and JV over here. Might get a face mask there. Maybe not.
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. You're going to roll that clock too. And then tomorrow we have EA Sandoval volleyball, and then we also have the Brockmathern show will be coming out tomorrow as well, and then we also have cross country going to the Metro meet at Highland Road Park. So good luck to those runners there tomorrow. And I don't know if we're going to have time to. Nope. That's the end of the first quarter. So they're going to walk all the way down there. So, yeah, they're at the Metro meet. They have the regional meet next week, next Thursday, and that'll be at Highland Road Park as well. And then hopefully they're qualifying for the state meet, which is on November 17th. It's a Monday in Natchitoches.
I've never been to a cross country.
I haven't either, and my plan is to go next Thursday morning and live stream some of that, some of the regional meet there. So I'm not really sure what we're going to do there.
Coach Stang always fussed at me because I've never been to one.
Yeah, and see, I haven't either, and I feel like I got to go. And there's, it's Thursday, so it's a school day. I'm not missing LSU or anything, so I'm like, let's go give this thing a shot. So we're going to see how we can live stream that. I was told that you can't see like the race from the tent that everybody's in. So I don't know. I got to talk to Coach Stinga there and try to figure that out. But we might be able to put well, it could be that, or we could be. The problem with that is LHSAA and flying over kids. They're probably not going to allow that. But that would be the ultimate answer right there. If not that,
oh man,
jumped off, man. That's gonna make it 2nd and 4. Then we may put a camera on the finish line and just connect it wirelessly to our broadcast, and try that. And then we could interview people because the girls and boys kind of go at separate times, whatever. So we can kind of interview them about their season because we haven't done any cross country meets or anything like that.
Nice backfield,
nice job. It's defense swarming there early on.
How about them little quarter cameras that they clip on that all the athletes are wearing now?
Yeah, it's illegal in the LHSAA to wear a microphone or a camera in competition. Yep, in any sport. We've talked about miking up this and doing that. Yeah. The answer is always no. So they don't let us. I thought like a GoPro would be really cool just to put a GoPro harness on somebody and do that. But no, can't do it. So we're kind of hamstrung in there what we can do. So we're going to try to figure something out, and we're going to see if we can't bring you that meet. It's early. I know it's an early meet. It's like I want to say it is. I think it's like 7:30.
They normally go
yeah.
early in the morning.
Yeah, so it's going to be an early one. All right, I think the clock should be rolling right now. No, okay. All right. And
Now he got you going.
now rolling. All right, man. Give a big old wind up there. So yeah, we'll let you know more about that next week on EA social media there. But we're going to try to do that. They have their banquet Thursday night after that meet, so those are going to be some hungry kids. I would think.
No doubt. Look, wide open, perfect shot to the quarterback. Brings him down.
That's what you dream about as a defensive player, right there.
Nobody even looked at him.
Yeah, that's wild. That's just a blown protection there. I think somebody didn't get the memo on that. You know what they're going to say? They're always going to say the same thing when they get to the sideline. I didn't see him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you who did. The quarterback did.
He didn't see him. He felt him.
I mean, it's that's usually what they say is I didn't see him.
Yeah. They're trying to go again. No, they're going to get him this time.
Yeah, they saw him that time.
Checked him off with his
Little
screen.
screen, yeah.
And it's turned into a big screen. Look at
really
this.
big screen. Oh,
Wow.
man. Is there a flag? It looks like people are pointing toward a flag, but I don't.
Yeah, there's a flag
there it is.
down there.
There it is. Yeah. There it is. So yeah, we have going back to this week. I got you. So tomorrow is cross country, the cross country metro meet tomorrow afternoon, which that's going to be a chilly one.
Yeah.
But you got to be ready for that because it's a holding call. You got to be ready for that because the state meet is November 17th in Natchitoches, and being from up that way, I can tell you, November 17th in
It's going to be
Natchitoches
chilly.
is usually not too warm. Usually it's about 45 and raining. I can remember that being the state cross country meet several times, just raining in the 40s or 50s. So it will be chilly tomorrow afternoon, and those Spartans will be running. So good luck to them. And then we got the volleyball girls in the gym. That'll be nice and 72 degrees tomorrow night, live on EA TV. Then Thursday we got EA in Dutchtown on Rev, and then Friday it's the Gators and the Hurricanes from the pit, and that'll be on Rev as well. So a lot going on there in the parish this and it's Halloween, just all kind of stuff. It's just busy time of year. And the World Series is on. You kind of forget about that. And you're like, oh man, it's the World Series.
How about the game last night?
Yeah, I didn't watch a single pitch of it. I was watching Monday Night Football because I love baseball, but I'm not a pro baseball guy.
Yeah.
And I'm a high school and college baseball guy. But I started reading about the game, and I read every word I could find because it just sounded like one of those all-time classics.
Yeah, it was. Look at this pick. Oh, and he dropped it. We had two of our own guys trying to fight over the dang on ball.
Oh, almost looked like volleyball for a second there.
Man. Yeah, I was impressed. I mean, they said there was 109 at-bats in that game last night.
Well, he had Shohei Ohtani 4 for 4 with 2 home runs and 2 doubles, and then he's walked 5 times.
Right.
And so he had 9 total at-bats.
Yeah.
He reached all 9 times. He is the only player in history of playoff baseball to reach 9 times in a game.
Yeah. Well, most games don't go 18 innings, though.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
So, but yeah, I mean, he's so impressive.
He's
pitching tonight.
He's pitching tonight. Yeah. That's just it's stuff out of a movie.
Yeah.
It almost doesn't seem real.
The last person that ever put up the numbers that he's putting up, that hit and pitched, played a position, was Babe Ruth.
Yep, that's the only comparison.
Yeah, and he has topped all of the Bambino's numbers.
The only comparison, and Shohei is beating him on all of it. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. He is a wonder, and he's huge.
Oh yeah,
he's huge, and he's fast. He can run. He can steal bases.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm sure he could play the outfield
Yeah.
if you need. You know, man, that's just man. I don't even.
I think they said they had 609 pitches thrown. It's crazy. Oh, big
That's
hit
a
right
lick
there.
right there. You like to see that. That was clean. That was clean. That was getting your head across. You know, that wasn't a headshot. That's a beautiful football play.
And it saved the first down because he was going to get it.
Oh, yes, he was.
If he don't hit him clean right there,
Man, that was
he
great.
gets through.
It's good to see. Good to see a play like that. All right, so it's 4th and 3. The Griffins are going for it from their own 46. Looking in for the play. They got it. All right, so their trips to the right. Single receiver down here on the left. And it's a handoff.
Wow.
He's got no
Handoff,
chance.
got nothing.
And no chance. 0 chance.
Wow.
That was never close. They didn't block a soul. All right. EA will take it, and they're going to take possession of the ball in Griffin territory with 5:40 remaining in the first half.
All right, now it's time to put it together. We need to score here right before half. Wouldn't hurt my feelings to eat this whole 540 up either.
No. Excuse me. But if history has anything to say about this, we don't usually take that long to score on
No.
JV.
Yeah, you're right.
With these receivers, sometimes it doesn't take more than 10 seconds. Let's see what we got here. So we're going doubles here, 2x2, 4 wide, 1 running back. We got motion there. Jones going
And
across
they
the
are
formation.
jumping.
Got to get him on that one. Yep, that's 5 easy yards. Hold up here. Wait. Okay, the white hat motion. Well, I don't know.
I don't know. I think
don't know
I
what
think
he
the
was
guy
pointing
from
back.
the other side was trying. I don't know if he was trying to say that we move first.
It's weird because the white hat motioned back toward Burnside there
Yeah.
for some reason. I don't know what he's doing there.
But the guy on our sideline says no, it was definitely Dutchtown. A nice run.
Nice run there, beautiful run there. Great job. First down. Down inside the 35, down to the 33. Roll that clock. Inside of 5.5 minutes.
Look, another big one.
Whew, there we go. Yes, indeed. About 7 or 8 yards on first down. We got trips down here to the near side. And that's another handoff.
It's first down.
Yep, first down. All right, there we go. Blow the whistle. I'm not sure how it evolved, but it used to be the clock never started before the chains were set.
Right.
And then that's evolved into just the clock starting as soon as the white hat feels like it. And it's interesting. I'm not sure how that evolved like that, but that's where we are. Down to the 15. Looked like that continued a little bit there
Yeah,
past
a
the
little
whistle.
extracurricular activity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought that too. You started the clock once the chains got set. But
Yeah.
he's telling you to run the clock and the chains were still running down the field.
Oh, yeah, the chains are not even close.
Yeah,
None of the 3 of them are
No.
set. And, I don't know. I guess they just don't think that's as important as they used to. Down to the 13, it's going to be third down, about 4. I feel like it's getting cooler by the minute here, but the front hasn't even come through yet. It's probably mostly this air conditioning here. I think most of that is. A little throw there, a little swing to Jones, and
he's up on his feet and touchdown.
Oh my goodness! I mean, he just has a beautiful spin move there, where it's almost like he barely slows down. I mean, he just barely slowed down spinning off of that guy. That's beautiful.
He's so smooth.
Yes, a lot of those guys will spin and they look like a tornado. They're just spinning in place, And man, that was nice. Always good to see a nice, classy spin move like that. Going for two. We'll roll out.
And we got
him. All right, there we go. 2-point conversion is good, and it's 8-7 Spartans here in the second quarter.
Well, you can hear the wind.
Oh yeah, it's whipping. It's whipping. All right, 8-7 EA lead. So great job there of driving down the field. Only took a little over 2 minutes off the clock, but great job there. And that's, in these JV games, having receivers like this is just it's a matchup problem.
Yeah.
There aren't many JV teams that have guys who can cover these guys because in most situations, these guys are playing on Friday.
Yeah.
Most teams, these guys are Friday night receivers.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see them when they do get to be on Friday nights.
Oh, man. Oh, that was, man. Man, that was tricky.
So close to being our ball.
Yeah, that was just one more bounce.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. 8-7, 3:23 left in the first half. So next week is senior night. Next Friday night against Walker.
Yep.
So that is senior night, and it also could be a chance to clinch a share of the district championship, depending on how it goes Thursday night in Geismar.
So right now, where are the standings?
Yeah, so we are in control of our own destiny at 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's tough about this is, you got your butt whooped last Friday night, but it was out of district, so it doesn't matter at all. You start talking about district again, and it doesn't matter one bit. So the reality is that we are still 3-1 in district, and we control our own destiny because we can win the next two games, go 5-1 in district, and we hold the tiebreaker over Denham Springs, who's the other team that could go 5-1.
Mm-hmm.
Dutchtown has. Well, hold up. Does Dutchtown have 2 losses in district? They just have one. They just have
got
Denham.
one.
Yep,
So
they
it
just
would
have
be
Denham.
us. It was the second if we pull that
Right.
off.
So that would put them out of contention there, and then it would be a matter of the first down for the Griffins there. It'd be a matter of what happens with Denham Springs.
Yeah.
They got Sandomal week 10. So if Sandomal could knock them off, then it gets kind of messy.
Where are we at right now in the power rankings?
We are 15th.
15th
right now. Yeah, we only dropped one spot because of all of Turling's wins.
Yeah.
And that's the good thing. You lose to really good teams, and you don't
move.
They don't punish you much at all.
So, but at 15, that's week 1 on the road. Right? It's 28 teams go now?
28 teams go. 1 through 4 have a bye.
Oh, that's right.
So it's
that's right. So we would be at home.
We'd be at home, yeah. And we would be if the playoffs were to start today, it is my understanding that we would be playing at home against the number 18 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the 18 seed.
Yeah. I forgot they threw the buys in there.
Yeah, those 4 buys are the part you don't think about. It's just not. It's a new thing, and you don't really. I always have to remind myself of it because a lot of coaches don't like that buy because it gets you out of rhythm.
Yeah,
and who knows how to handle that,
Well, we talk about it with once they did the split, like the private schools have buys throughout.
Oh, it's rough. Yeah, some of them have double buys. Yeah.
So
you win 2 games, you're in the dome.
Right.
Which is just crazy. Another first down for the Griffins. It's down near 2 minutes remaining in the first half. So, yeah, the 18 seed would be coming here to Burnside, and as of right now, the 18 seed is the school across the airline.
yeah.
So, yeah, and Dutchtown's right there, and
Yeah.
Prairieville's not too far behind. So, you know, we've danced with that a few times, and there's a real chance that we
Yeah.
could, if things kind of just play out as they probably should, there's a chance we could be playing a pair school week 1 here on Burnside.
You know, it's funny. We've never done it. It's never happened for us. Was that what year was that? Was that year before last? He come real close to being us in Santa Maria.
23. 23. We
yeah.
missed the playoffs,
Yeah.
but it would have been, it absolutely
Yeah, it
would have been.
us and them.
In fact, the only thing that really, what cost us a chance to do that was South of Fouche.
Yes.
South of Fouche, coached by B.J. Young,
Yep.
old Spartan coach there. They had a light pole fire at Tarpon Stadium, and they were playing Vanderbilt Catholic. And they couldn't play the game that night. And so they just didn't play, and both teams decided not to play, and we needed them to play.
Yeah.
And if they would have played, then we'd have made the playoffs. If we'd have won, we ended up losing that night anyway. But yeah, that was a big factor in that.
I don't know, and I picked it with social media, throwing my memes out there on a potential playoff game with EA and Santa Maria, but I don't know if the parish is ready for that.
Oh man, I've thought about it. It would be a lot of fun, I think, and just to be historic like that. But oh God, nobody even knows what that would be like. I mean, of course, there's going to be another rolling week, right? I mean, it has
that's
to
what
be.
I'm thinking. You got to do it, but
And for these seniors, they've already done that, and they
Yeah.
felt like that was a memory that was gone. And then, here you go. Here's
Yeah.
another week. I think I'm afraid they would go out of control with that.
I do too.
I mean, you got a second chance to make memories there.
Yep.
You might just take it a little far. An EA Santa Maria playoff game would just be, I don't know. It's hard to wrap your mind
It
around it.
would be weird if it just stayed quiet and you didn't have all that stuff.
Now that would, and really that would be better for both teams.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you really want to say. Hey, no, this is the playoffs. We had our
Absolutely.
fun. This is for everything.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna buckle down here. Man, that'd be nice. I just don't.
I don't see it.
I don't see it happen. Don't see that happen.
No. I got a kid that would be chomping at the bits to go a second round.
Oh man, I'm sure.
Well, when we held him out, he had that bursa sac issue with the knee.
Yeah.
So, and it was all that week, and so he was so frustrated because dad was being dad and wouldn't let him go. And now towards the end of the week, he got to go, Oh, wow.
Great pass.
Took a shot. He saw it coming and still delivered the pass up the middle.
Great pass, man. Just right on the money. Right on the money. Be 1st and 10 from about the 13. Ooh, man, you don't want to give one up here late like this.
There we go.
There he is.
Timeout call.
Yeah. I've given up on keeping up with these timeouts on here, so
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave them as they are because sometimes it's obvious who's calling them, sometimes it's not, and the official doesn't give you any indication of who called it. So, just going to leave them. Did want to take it a second to say, if you ever been to Jamaica, or you have anybody who is going to Jamaica in the near future, or anybody who's from there or lives there, just a terrible time right now with that hurricane. That one ties the record for the strongest hurricane we've ever seen in the Atlantic Ocean. Thank God, the Gulf was incredibly quiet this year, and we just don't. When there's no storm, you just tend to not think about it. You kind of forget you're in hurricane season, and you just go about with your life, But then when you do get one in the Gulf, all of a sudden everything changes, So, number one, count our blessings that we had a very quiet hurricane season. We saved our school days for another snow, maybe, and then. But please keep those people in your thoughts and prayers. I know we do have a Jamaican restaurant up on 44 by Ralph's. Oh man, he's out there. You got to get him down. Got to get him down. All right. And they're going to call a timeout. 21 seconds left. So it'll be 4-yard line. But we do have a Jamaican restaurant, and so we have some people with ties to Jamaica here in our community. So. I would encourage you, go out and patronize, those people, because it's going to be a long, hard recovery for them, and we know what that's like, for sure. That storm, this morning, 185-mile-per-hour winds, pressure under 900 millibars. That's just unheard of. Thank God Louisiana's never seen anything. That's stronger than Katrina was at its strongest, the day before it hit. So, man, just please be thinking about those folks.
That's a heartfelt message, and I'm going to sound like a bad guy. My wife was trying to tell me the same stuff last night, and she realized I wasn't paying attention. She said, "You don't really care?" I said, "Well, I'm trying to watch TV. I don't watch much TV."
Right, so when you do, you want to...
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
And they got in. So when I sit down to watch TV, I don't want to talk about a storm that's not affecting me.
Right, right.
But no, I do feel for them, and that's terrible that anybody has to live through that. I do know there were some gentlemen came to the store the other day, and they purchased every pole saw that we had in both locations.
Oh, wow.
They purchased all the biggest chainsaws that we had in both locations to ship.
Oh, wow.
Down there.
That's great to hear.
I don't know who they were. I don't know the ties to them. It was definitely a business that did it. But unfortunately, we didn't have many. We're everybody, we're at the end of the season, right? So our inventory is low, and but they bought what we had, and we were glad to be able to help them out with that. But yeah, that restaurant, I have not tried it yet.
I haven't either, and I've seen some pictures, and it looks, the food looks amazing.
So, and I'm sure it's a little different, but a little bit in the same. I got a good friend of mine, Jose Borriel, who owns two things. He owns a restaurant, and he has a construction company. He actually built my house, and he is opening up the old Dalton's. It's a Caribbean restaurant. He had Caribbean Joe's in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
And the food is phenomenal. And I know during COVID, which I was in the restaurant business during COVID, and we went door to door selling food because that's how people ate out at that time.
Yeah.
They didn't go anywhere, so we brought it to them. And so they did the same thing, and it was funny because I was buying meals, and they would deliver from Baton Rouge to Gonzales for us. Nice return. Look at this. Back to midfield with it.
13 seconds to work with.
Yeah. So, but Jose and them, they do such a good job, and I'm so excited, and I can't wait for them to open up the old Dalton's. And
it'd be good to see something in there. It's been the last one was Mi Cocina, I think, which was good good Mexican restaurant. And it's been a while, man. It's been a while. That's good to hear.
They do this thing. There are a couple of things they do well. They call trade wind fries. It's these thick cut curly fries.
Okay.
And they put this garlic butter on the top.
Oh, Lord.
And, dude, I tell you, crunchy on the outside and just melt.
That's
It's
perfect.
amazing. And then all their pork recipes, right through the hands.
Gotta have that one. Good throw.
All their pork that they cook, they slow roast this stuff for hours.
Oh, man.
And then it's such a, I'm pretty sure it's the high temp on the outside. It crisps the skin up like cracklings.
Oh, yeah.
And so he calls them Caribbean cracklings.
Yes,
And,
indeed.
so if you get in good with Jose and you go once he opens, I think they're going to open after the first of the year. Ask him for the crackling. He intercepted that, but he's out of bounds.
He's out of bounds. Yeah, out of bounds. 4 seconds left.
Yeah, so get you the Caribbean crackling. That's
I'm gonna
not.
have to
It
try
won't
that.
be on the menu. That's
Okay.
something you gotta have to.
Gotta say,
you gotta
all right.
get in with Jose, and get you some of that.
All right, I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to take you up on that. I love Caribbean food. It's
Oh, yeah.
I was in the Bahamas once, and I haven't traveled much internationally, but they were selling grouper.
Mm-hmm.
It was grouper and rice. It was
Oh,
like
yeah.
jambalaya,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
It was like a seafood jambalaya, you know. And it was amazing. I couldn't
Yeah.
get enough of it. Man.
Yeah.
And it came with a big old piece of fried grouper. It was just like like you'd get a plate around here,
Yeah.
you know.
And we get Jose to. We've gotten him to cater some stuff for us, and man, the what's funny is that he does jerk chicken. Well, what you get in American style restaurants that serve jerk chicken, it's not the same thing.
Right.
It's kind of like Mexican food. Whenever you do this Tex-Mex, it all tastes like Taco Bell. But
Right.
The real authentic stuff is good.
It is good and it's different.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and it's not the spice. Everybody thinks it's hot. It's not. So like his jerk chicken is just amazing. Oh, and
no.
that's
Oh,
intercepted.
no. You gotta go tackle him.
Somebody got to get him.
Okay.
Yes, you got him down.
Oh,
That's
man.
going to take us to halftime.
Yes, indeed.
That was scary.
That was a long first half there. Go ahead and get that 10-minute timer started there for halftime.
But his rice dishes are phenomenal, and he cooks his own. He cooks jambalaya his style. Mm-hmm. We use Mahatma extra long grain rice, right? He uses jasmine rice.
Oh, I
And
use jasmine.
we eat jasmine at the house all the time, and it's aromatic and it's flavorful and all that stuff. But I've never used it in jambalaya. But that's my boy Jose. That's how he.
One of
does it.
my wife's favorite jambalayas that I make is jasmine rice and mushrooms. I put
Really?
mushrooms in there
Yeah.
and jasmine. Everything else is exactly like you would normally do it. But I just put those mushrooms in there with the onions.
Yeah.
And bell peppers, and I cook them down, and then the jasmine rice and the nuttiness between that mushroom and the jasmine rice, it adds a totally different
Absolutely.
flavor profile, and it's great. It's great. You're never gonna win the Jambalaya Festival doing
No,
that, but,
no. I
but
tell you,
you'd be arrested, I think, for doing that. But
What's funny is, and I've competed in that for years and was pretty successful at it, and I hadn't competed in any of those contests since I've had the restaurants, and but I'm gonna tell you my favorite jambalaya, bologna.
wow,
Bologna. Now it comes. It's not brown. For those that like a brown jambalaya,
right.
It's not white like everybody says is the way you cook them now, right? It's pink. It is pink.
Man.
And you got to cut it small because it
Yeah.
swells so big.
Right.
But man, you talk about good.
That's interesting.
Yeah. You cook it the same way. You just don't brown you just put it in with your water and it boils and the color comes out and it just changes. I don't care how brown you get your onions. Whenever you drop that bologna in there, it's turning it pink.
Wow.
So, yeah, but it's very good though.
I'm gonna have to try that. Oh man. So that'll be really good to get some place back in. So that'll be two
Yeah.
Caribbean options
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Gonzales is growing
Yeah.
now. So you could definitely check them out. Up 44. I think it's something Jamaican Kitchen.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's what it's called, the Jamaican Kitchen.
It's right there.
Something, huh?
It's right there by. There's a what is that? Planet Fitness or whatever that is. Snap Fitness, whatever. Right there. Right, the Sam's Greek and Lebanese, another good place,
Yep.
is right there. Tiger Tavern's in that same shopping center.
Yeah.
So stop by there and patronize them here in the next few weeks there, because I'm sure there'll be impacts there for those folks. And luckily, it looks like that storm's going to go over like the least populated part of Cuba and then go out into the ocean. So thank goodness, it's not coming this way. Usually, Jamaica was like a, oh crap, it hit Jamaica. Watch out, here it comes.
And, absolutely.
But this one, no, the Gulf is shut down now because of these fronts. So we should be A-OK from all that. So we do, Thursday night as we go over to Geismar, we do have some old Spartans that we'll see over there. A lot of familiar faces over there. Of course, principal is Barry Whittington. He's an EA grad and former head basketball coach here. I was also a freshman football coach. So we'll be seeing him, and his associate principal is Kerrigan McCready, who was offensive coordinator here through much of the 2010s. So it'll be. It's always good to see those folks. We used to say Randy Loving is part of that too. Randy went on to Prairieville and now is retired from being a principal. Yeah, so congratulations to him. But so there's there are a few old Spartans over there on 73. That we'll see Thursday.
I got to see Randy the night that we played Prairieville over there. I actually went and saw a couple of the old coaches. Cowan was out there. Evan Kissinger was there just to watch, and Andy Fontenot. So, and then Randy walks up. So got to speak to Randy for a minute, and I hadn't seen him in a while. And
I hear he looks great. I hear he looks younger, and
no stress.
Retirement will do that to you, So I heard it really helps that out. Anywhere we go, except Santa Monica. I'm trying to think. No, Santa Monica it's coach. Just Santa Monica it's Yogi and Darren Semino. Yeah, I tried to block all that out of my mind, because I love those guys, and to see them in that black and gold is just makes me want to throw up.
Well, I tell you, and before this game, Yogi saw me in the crowd, pointed at me. I walked down, and we hugged over the fence and talked to Darren after the game. Still got a lot of love for those guys.
They're great human beings, man. Great human. Santa Monica's lucky to have them.
Absolutely.
They don't deserve them, but they got them anyway.
That's like Ricka. Also with Ricka, I spent a lot of time with Ricka, and and they're going to find out shortly, but they don't know how lucky they are to get Caleb Ricka over there.
He's a class act, man. He's a class act. And, of course, went there through Dutchtown. So he didn't. It's kind of like Saban didn't go straight to Bama. He didn't leave LSU for Bama. Ricka didn't leave VA for Santa Monica. He went through Dutchtown.
He was smarter than that.
There you go. Yeah, he couldn't have stood that.
But look, and his dad, who's a great person, great coach. He's been coaching baseball at Santa Monica for quite some time now. But he himself has been Dutchtown and other schools. So he gets to coach with his dad, which is so cool. Oh man, that's great.
So cool.
I got to work with my dad for many years, and it was great. I think a lot of people need to experience that. And
And also, as a downside, though, I feel like your dad might say things to you that no other coworker would.
And it was funny because my dad would try to tell me stuff. And it's like, that's when we owned the barbershop, and I was, and I guess because his clientele was dying out because he was so much older, and mine was the young crowd, so. Whereas he would get an hour lunch, I got about a 3-minute lunch because I had a line of people waiting on me, right? And days I didn't have lunch because of it. And but if I would say, man, look, we had a busy weekend, whatever, and I couldn't cut my grass, right? So we'd be slow one day, and I'd say, hey, I'm going home. I'm gonna go cut my grass, and he'd say, that ain't no way to make money, son. Well, you're right, Dad, but you're not going to cut my grass either,
right.
And So anyway, I mean, it had its pros and cons, but I mean, it created a relationship that was, he's still my father, but more of a buddy relationship, kind of got us closer. And so that same thing with Rick and his dad. And, I mean, our coaches, Mr. Sonny and Dane, I mean, the same thing with them. Being able to,
absolutely.
Work side by side with each other. And, when you do something stupid, they're going to be the first to call you out on it.
Right.
But when you do something great, they're never going to praise you, but they'll give you that look.
Which matters more than any other
absolutely.
praise you could ever get.
Absolutely.
No doubt about it.
So I'm excited for Caleb and his dad to be able to do all that together.
That is a great thing. That is a great. Not many people are able to say that. You can see, you can't see him there, but Coach Mathern is. Let me see if I can get on him here. He is showing off the 2 Dozen Roses shirt.
Yeah.
We'll have that on the volleyball. We'll put that on the volleyball game tomorrow night.
I should have mine tomorrow.
So they are available in the Armory for purchase. So if you'd like a 2 Dozen Roses shirt, if you don't know what we're talking about, take a look at EA's social media. We'll have it up there tomorrow if we don't already have it up there.
It don't matter if you know about it or not. Buy it just to save my behind, because I pressed to get it out to the public. But it's a great little story. I'm going to tell you this one. Dustin Kluwat. Dustin Kluwat from Santa Monica, big Santa Monica guy, okay? He comes to me the other day, and we're talking. He says, hey, man, he said, I got a question for you. He said, what's the deal with 2 Dozen Roses? And I started laughing. I said, well, so I tell him the story, and he says, he said, that's pretty cool. He said, but that's not a song that I thought East Ascension would use for a hype song. And I said, well, I said the same thing, like, where's the Boosie, the Lil Wayne, all that good stuff, right? That get you fired up.
Right.
And he said, yeah, 2 Dozen Roses. And he said, wait. He said, isn't that Shenandoah? And I said, well, yeah, it is.
Yeah, man.
I said, what's crazy is I had to look it up. And he said, no, what's even crazier, Shenandoah just played at the VFW Hall in Santa Monica just a couple weeks ago, and Dustin was there. And he said, I knew the song from something. So they were actually there performing it. How cool would that be if we can get them here one night?
That'd be amazing.
And just pump it out.
That'd be amazing. Maybe next year, we could send them some footage of it.
Especially
I think they would love that.
Especially if they right up the road performing the next night.
Right.
Then come in a night early, come get them a free football game and perform.
That'd be amazing. Oh man.
Yeah.
And I think they would love the idea of that.
Yeah.
Like if they saw that footage of, we had a really good shot from Turlings actually, but we have some good footage from is it Live Oak, I think, as well.
If we could get the footage from Duck Rooster Rev from their sideline while we were at Santa Monica, because the entire side, visiting side, was singing 2 Dozen Roses. I mean, not just the players or the coaches. It was the band, the cheerleaders, the sport, the fans. I couldn't sing it because I don't know but a couple lines, right? Because I don't really know the song.
Right.
I'm learning it.
But I know it. I know it by heart.
Everybody was singing the thing, and I was just blown away by it. And that's why I called Jamie and said, Jamie, you got to go public with these shirts. We got to sell them.
And hey, and she listened.
Yeah.
So now we got to buy them.
So yeah. So if you're listening tonight, and look, it's a $20 shirt, and
it's a good quality shirt. It's
Yeah.
a great design. Like I said, we'll have it on the volleyball broadcast tomorrow night if you're watching. If not, you can see it on EA's social media. We'll post it on there tomorrow. And it's really, 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 really cool.
I had to buy 5 of them. One for everybody in the house.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And for some reason, our focus camera went out on us, so we're going to go old school here.
Oh, what a hit.
Lord.
Wow.
Man.
We got a Spartan down.
Yeah,
He took a shot in the back.
Going to be a couple guys slow getting up after that one.
Wow. That was a hit.
Man, that's the kind right there that you...
That's a Friday night hit.
That just stopped. Everything stopped. So Griffins get the ball first. This is a classic middle eight situation here. You score on the last drive of the first half, and you get it to start the second half. And this has broken many a team's backs.
Yep.
In football. You call it the middle eight, the last 4 of the second quarter. And
oh, look at this run.
Oh,
wow.
No.
Wow.
The first
He's
4 of the
gone.
third. Yep, they're not touching him.
Wow.
Oh, man. This awful way to start the second half there.
Did you follow him? Because he was.
I did.
Okay.
I caught up. I was zoomed out enough to where I had a shot at him. Man, that was great for Dutchtown. It just slipped one more tackle than he had to. Man.
And again, we want to win this game, but ultimately, we'll sacrifice these 2 to get that one on Thursday night, though.
Oh, absolutely. Huge district matchup. In fact, I think I can pull up the district standings. I need to update them real quick, and I can pull that up, and we can see where everybody is. Because it is a little.
21-8.
Let's go third, and everybody's got their timeout, so I can fix that. So we're going to actually go and we will take a look at the district standings here pretty soon, as soon as I can get that updated. And I had it for last week, and I forgot about it. And we'll be able to take a look at that in a minute and see just exactly what those district standings look like. All right, so
That's not the camera we used Friday night, is it?
Nope. That's a Canon XA30, which is actually what we do to film the news. We film the Brock Mathern show with it as well. And this is a Sony ZVE10, which is, you could actually do it in 4K. But it is it's a good camera, but it's not primarily a camcorder. It's a good, quick video camera up tight, and it's a good photography camera. But it'll do. It does fairly well for this. Not quite as much detail as I'd like there from this kind of distance, but this is the wide angle lens, so it gives you a good overview of the game here. But if I'd have known the other camera was going to go out, I would have picked a little better camera to do this with. But it does the job. A lot of whistles tonight. There's a lot of extra whistles. Just they're using their whistles instead of their voices there a lot.
Not when you expect it, though. When a big pile is just rumbling and tumbling down the field, and they should be blowing them, they're not.
Right. Okay, camera's back. Oh, it got stuck. The focus camera got stuck earlier, so okay, we're back. So I think we're going to give it a shot and make sure it's okay here. We'll watch it and make sure. But, yeah, I'd rather it do the camera work than me. Ooh, look at that.
Nice play.
Man, so you had the fake
speed
sweep, and then you had the fake up the middle, and then you had the pass. I mean,
I bit. I followed the run.
Nice job. 8-yard gain there. 2nd and 2 for the Spartans. Well executed there. Nice job. A lot for that quarterback to do there before he throws that ball. He did it
Look
right.
at this.
Yes,
right up the
indeed.
gut.
Cross midfield, first down. Nice work right there. Spartans going, hurry up. Hurry up and wait, huh?
Yeah.
Trips up top here, and it's another handoff.
That is not going much.
No, give him 2 right there.
Yeah, we love it. They hurry up to the line just to turn and look to get the play.
Yep, gives that OC more time to dial something up there. Trips down here to the right side, and this one single back. Got single receiver up top. Looks like that might be. I got a safety on the hash up there, so it's probably. Well, never mind. No, he's man-to-man up there. Oh,
there we go.
That's a good
look,
one, too.
He caught it.
Nice job there.
Nice. And look, last week he had trouble hanging on to the football, but that was a nice big catch. That was impressive right there.
Good catch. Good
He
throw.
got up, jumped up to get it.
Well, run picks up a few on first down. About 2nd and 7.
Man, it wasn't long ago. I mean, we talking a couple years. It wasn't long ago where the quarterback still got a signal, but he had a couple play changes in his back pocket.
Right.
That's not the case anymore.
Nope. It's not.
That's gone.
That's all done on the sideline now. Yep, the old audible. Yeah. And a lot of times you'd have a read. You'd do a pre-snap read of something, and that would determine whether or not what you ran. You know, and you'd say it might be the way the defensive line lined up.
Right.
And it might have been where a safety was, and it'd be this or that. Jimbo Fisher, I think, was famous for calling 2 plays.
Yeah.
And, you know, it would be based on some kind of read. And the quarterback would make that read and then tell them which one it was. A lot of times it'd be a pass or a run. Those days are mostly behind us now.
Yeah. Oh, going to the end zone and
Yeah, he's hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He didn't
that's his
come
back.
down too clean there.
Yeah, that was just a hard landing on his back right there. And he went up for that one. Got a hand on the ball. That was impressive. But he is hurting. Yeah, I think he's going to be okay, but he's going to need to sit out a couple plays there and maybe make sure he didn't do any more damage there because that, man.
That turf is hard, man.
Oh, yeah, if that was us falling from that, we'd still be.
I'd still be down.
We'd be motionless.
Yeah.
They'd be bringing a cart out for us.
Well, I wouldn't have
already.
jumped that high. First
Yeah,
of
I
all.
wouldn't have got up there. I'd have needed a ladder to get up there. Yeah, that's really wouldn't be a problem we're dealing with. That was impressive. All right, so motion to trips. Griffins adjusting their secondary here. And they're going to go 3 over 3 out here.
Nice, right over the
There
middle.
you go.
That's all we needed.
Yeah, even 3 over 3 right there. Even 3 over 3. You've got you got enough.
But did we not get that?
We didn't get the first down.
Oh, shoot.
Man, that's
That
weird.
marker looks awful close to that line.
They didn't want to do a measurement there.
Yeah, I mean, even the fans are yelling measure.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Wow.
I don't understand.
I thought for sure that was a first down.
Yeah, I'm at a loss there. I thought he was close enough. I thought they were at least going to measure it. I don't know.
Wow.
They've been much quicker in making those down calls. Mm-hmm. You know, maybe that's been a point of emphasis for them, is to say, you know, hey, look, just make a call as soon as you can. Don't deliberate. Don't stand around and look at it, because we don't want to bring out those chains. Chain crews are, you know, unreliable at times, and you know, just make a call and go with it.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of what it looks like. Just do it fast, and nobody will really say anything.
But I mean, even looking at it, I know we're far away and at an angle, but it still looked like the marker
close,
was
man.
at the 10,
Yeah.
and the ball was spotted at the 10. There's no way that was not a first down.
Very close.
Yeah.
Very definitely close enough to where you need a measurement there. I don't. Yeah. I don't know. That's surprising to me. Under 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Griffins are in control, 21-8.
Now, one thing we didn't talk about, there's a big middle school game this week.
Oh man, is there ever?
And
Man, I don't want to talk about it because we can't go
we
see
can't be
it.
there.
Oh,
Yeah,
man, it
but,
drives me crazy. We should be there. We should be there broadcasting that thing.
yeah.
And alas, and we won't. But that doesn't mean they don't deserve some attention.
Yeah,
Of course,
yeah,
they're
absolutely.
playing at the same time as EA and Dutchtown.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, that makes it hard for any of us Spartans to even be able to check on the score, you know.
Right.
But what we are going to do with that game is we're going to I think we're going to be able to live stream that game on Huddle Fan. Can't do it on
Okay.
YouTube because nobody will be here
Yeah.
to run that, but we can do it on Huddle Fan, so we can send out that link. I'm going to talk to the coaches there and see if we can do that, but I think we can, and that way you'd at least have what you see on the screen. You'd have the screen,
Right.
you'd have the scoreboard.
Right.
So you could actually watch the game and keep up with it, because we would like to do that too.
Yeah.
And that would give us a chance
Absolutely.
to pull that up in the press box and kind of let everybody know how that game's going. But it is Gonzales and Central, and it is for the parish championship.
Yeah.
Gonzales undefeated, and
Central with one loss.
Central just has the one loss to Dutchtown Middle, and so a Central win would mean a Central parish championship, and a Gonzales win would be an undefeated championship
Yep.
season for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs have been the dominant force in the parish, and I would definitely say they are favored to win Thursday, but Central team's pretty doggone good.
Yeah, and look, I mean, I was there part of it for years with, you know, my kid went through there and stuff, and, you know, handful of years there, we were the dominant, you know. We were beat just about everybody every game, you know, and so that group, they come through EA already and graduated, but you know, those guys played hard, and it was funny because we were always told you know, Gonzales is the team to beat, and I know a couple years that we beat them pretty easily, right? That's not the same group that they got now.
No.
They have got a bunch of athletes. Boy, look at this.
Look at that.
Takes the
Completed that
hit
again.
and catches it. Wow.
Wow, man, that's not the first time they've thrown that exact play.
But Gonzales is good this year, man. I know that, you know, Coach Lambert and his group over there, they do a fantastic job with Central. They run it so smooth. They run it like they're a high school program, you know.
Yeah, and it helps the kids a lot.
Yeah.
It helps. It's less of an adjustment they have to do there when they actually get to high school. We've been very impressed with both staffs this year.
Now, Coach Mike at Gonzales, he coached with us at Central for some time, you know, and now he's over at Gonzales, and
he's done a great job.
he's done a
with
good
those guys.
job with him. Yeah.
I've never seen them quite so organized, and they play with discipline. They play with effort. They play in a way that we haven't seen Gonzales play in the past. You know, Gonzales has been a little loose, and Central's always been more like, you know, more tight. You know, And if anything, Central needed to loosen up a little bit. You know, and Gonzales needed to tighten up a little bit. And man, I think they've done that.
Yeah.
You know, I think they've both been very successful at kind of finding exactly where they need to be and all that, and it's you know, it's fun to see them both be so successful, and it's going to be fun to see who wins that game Thursday night. And the real winner is EA. The real winner is EA, because every last one of those kids on that field will be in blue and yellow next fall. So
that's the most exciting part.
Yeah, that's the most exciting part by far.
That they are playing for the championship, and they're the best two teams in the parish, and they're both going to get fed here.
Absolutely.
That's the best part.
And, of course, you know, that doesn't guarantee that success continues through their high school career, but it's a heck of a place to start from. It's you'd much rather be starting off from that point than otherwise. So we'll take it. And they're going to have a lot more work to do once they get to high school to continue that success. But what they've done this year shows that they're probably ready to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, we came out and watched a couple of the Central games, and those guys are good, man.
Oh, they play good defense. Too.
I've watched clips on Gonzalez and keep up with him, but look at this touchdown again.
Man, it made him look like Tim Tebow right there.
Wow.
And that was just that was. I fault us for that as much as I give him praise for that. That was just poor tackle. Yeah, poor tackling right there.
Yeah, but Gonzalez and Central both, I mean, just the amount of athletes they have this year, future's bright for EA.
I couldn't agree more there.
It's a shame we got to miss it, but.
Yeah, but, hey, what can we do?
Yep.
This little JV kicker for Dutchtown is pretty solid.
Yeah, he is.
I like that leg. Man. Among a long line of nice kickers from Dutchtown. Okay, we'll update this score. It is 28-8, and it's getting close to the time where you're going to say, well, looks like the result of this one might be in the bag. Now, it's not quite there yet.
No.
But it's going to be it's pretty much to the point to where he's probably going to need to score every time he touches the ball from here on out to have a shot and get lucky.
We got to come up with a way to stop that quarterback. I mean, he is good.
He's done a good job of reading all night.
Yep.
And that pass up the seam to 44, they ran that twice and just nailed it both times. I mean, just precision, just absolutely perfect play. So, and JV football, if you can do that, man, it makes it kind of hard to beat.
Oh, he fumbled.
No. Oh, no. Yeah, that ball just came straight out. I mean, there was no doubt.
We come up with it, but whew.
I mean, it just complete separation in an instant. Man. Ball security. Ball security. We say it over and over again. 5 points of contact is what we always talk. 5 points of contact. That should be it should be like the midpoint of your middle two fingers. Yeah. And then that's your palm on there. And then you got your forearm on there. You got the elbow. And then it's on your bicep and really into your chest. You really have 6 points of contact. Yeah. And that should just be in your sleep. Boom. You get the ball, and there it is. You lock it in there, high and tight. Vertical orientation there from your elbow up to your wrist, and it makes it very hard for that ball to get knocked out.
Oh, here we go. First down and more.
Look at here.
He's gone.
First down and way more.
That's a touchdown, ladies and gentlemen.
AI took a long time to catch up. How about that?
Wow.
All right. There we go. I'll take it. Man, that reminded me of Friday night right there. It looks like Jaden Urson running down that sideline right there. This team, this JV team is exciting, man. They're probably as exciting as we've been on Friday night at times. This is probably the most exciting group we've seen. These receivers, these guys, I mean,
man, they're special.
And tonight it's Logan Hugh getting it to him, but it's been Tristan Manuel as well this year.
Manuel is. Man, he's good.
Manuel has the best deep ball in the program, except for maybe Bryson. I don't know. Manuel can put it on it from far away, and he's fun to watch. He can really spin it, and more of like a true, you talk about EA. It goes back before my time here, but man, you go back to like Buzzy Hydell and these guys. EA's had a tradition of baseball guys, who can throw the football.
That's right.
And he's a baseball guy who throws the football.
That's right.
That's right. You can see it. I mean, he's a football player, but he's a baseball player too, and you can see that in his throw.
Yeah.
And it's pretty. It's pretty coming off his hand there. In the way I think only a baseball player can really throw like that,
There's definitely, and look, my son did it, right? So I know you can tell the difference in the kids that just play football and the kids that play football and baseball.
Yeah.
You see the difference in the delivery. The way the ball just comes out their hand is totally different. And
the follow through, because you're so used to that, you know,
and you
the
see
fingers.
the infielders, right? Mine played infield, and Buzzy played infield, right? So you see, like, they don't throw it over the top. It's more of that 3/4 release point. And look, some coaches hate it. I mean, we lived through it. We you know, some coaches hate that. They want over the top. And you know, I've always been the guy that said, I don't care how you get it to. I don't care if it's underhand. As long as you can put it where it got to be.
That's right.
Put it where it got to be.
Yeah. I've never seen a glove ask how the ball got there.
No. Going up top, and we got it.
Yes, indeed. How about that? Nice work right there. 2-point conversion is good. And it's 28-16. We got ourselves a little bit of a ball game here.
Yeah, we've had most of our successful quarterbacks played both except Blake Prejean. Blake Prejean played only football. And he was one of the biggest quarterbacks to leave here.
Yeah. He was a bigger guy, too.
Oh, yeah. He was
So he'd have probably been a first baseman type if he played.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, went on to McNeese and played for a national championship there. You know, very talented guy, but he didn't, it was football, you know. But most everybody else, Reggie Wheat and Jody Fife, you know, all those guys, they all set records and broke records of each other, and they were all dual sport guys, you know.
I'm trying to think the last baseball player we had quarterback. I'm trying to think here as we go back.
Lane Trahan.
Lane Trahan. You had Cameron Scheck-Snyder.
Oh, yeah, Cameron Scheck-Snyder.
Yeah, Cameron Scheck-Snyder just in 1 year there in 2016.
Yep.
There hadn't been many though in the last
few years. Yeah.
It's been quite a while, and you know that's partially because of specialization.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's become more popular to specialize in one sport and play it year round and do, you know, fall ball and all that kind of stuff.
It is, and it's you know, it's crazy because I laugh and joke all the time because we heard from every coach, you know, don't quit playing football, quit playing baseball, quit playing right. But then if you ask them in a crowd of people, oh no, we want the dual sport guy. You know, they always want the dual. That's a lie. They don't want a dual sport guy. Now, but I will tell you this though, Coach. Now, my kid, just speaking on my kid by himself, right? When he would get to baseball, he would be behind. He would have to play catch up.
Right.
Which he did, you know, because he was the starter. He did his thing, right? When the football season would roll around, he would have to catch up. Because I find those two-sport guys are always a step behind because they're missing out on everything that the rest are getting. You know, so many, especially like summertime, whenever you got 7-on-7 going on and you're playing summer baseball games at the same time.
Yeah.
You can't do them both.
It's tough.
You gotta go to one or the other.
It's tough. And, of course, the rule that, you know, always gets used in any athletic department in high school is, you know, in season.
Right.
You know, and in season, if you don't have, and if you're, you know, it's summer, of course, when nothing's in season.
Right.
Well, it's whatever's closest to in season.
Correct.
You know, so football takes precedence over baseball in there. You know, I think back to Devin Spelagine, who was a three-sport athlete.
3 sports.
You know, he went to basketball and then would do What are we doing? All right. Well, I mean, that's what I... Anyway, you know, Spelagine would come from basketball, which made him extra late. Now, of course, he was also just brilliant.
Oh yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I mean,
Just to look at this,
that just swarming,
big loss.
swarming Spartans on the last play of the third quarter here.
Yeah, well, my buddy Jody Fife did it. You know, he played point guard for basketball. He played quarterback at football, and shortstop and pitched in baseball. Right? I mean, you can do it when you are exceptional. You can do it. But it wasn't back in those days. It wasn't. You didn't pick a sport. It wasn't.
Right.
You had more. There were seasons.
And none of them was as involved as they are
Right.
now.
That's right.
You know, it was easier to play multiple sports. And for people who criticize, people who specialize, I will say that. It is true.
Yeah.
It is true. It is harder. It is harder to play multiple sports now
Yes.
because they demand so much.
That's right.
And the more and if you're playing two sports, that's the more you're missing.
Yeah,
You know, and
that's
you
right.
didn't miss all that stuff 30 years ago, 40 years ago, you know. So
That's like my
it's a
son
different
wrestling.
game.
You
Yeah.
know, he wrestles year round.
Yeah, you absolutely. And if you want to do a sport and you
Yeah.
love it, you could do it year round
Yep.
now. You know, with football, you've got these 7-on-7, traveling teams and all that.
Right.
So that travel balls in football now.
Yep.
And you have showcases and things
Yep.
like that. And of course, basketball with AAU and baseball,
That's right.
travel ball. I mean, it just in track and field has it too. In wrestling, there's so
Yeah.
many sports where it is absolutely year round. Even like swimming,
Yeah.
you can do it all year. And that's a relatively new thing. And it's a very expensive thing for parents as well.
Absolutely, it
You
is.
I wish it would kind of go back to the way it used to be when it was simpler and it was easier to play multiple sports. But Jay Johnson is one of those guys who says he loves that. Just
Look
got
at
it.
this.
Yes, indeed. Excellent job.
Nice
there.
job with the big block.
That's huge. So EA will take over on a short field right there. Nice work. Nice work. Jay Johnson always says he loves for his baseball players to have played football and or play other sports. It helps with competitiveness. It helps build some skills that you don't build as much in baseball, but
Absolutely.
they can still help you out.
It's the mental toughness.
Yes.
And that's what a lot of kids, as talented as some of these kids are, they lack mental toughness. And, I think playing for multiple coaches in multiple sports, it teaches that. That in one sport you might not get the discipline that you may get in the other, but the discipline you do get carries on to the other sport for you.
Absolutely.
No, we're going deep, and he just overshot him.
Yeah.
But so I like it. I do like it, and but it's a thing of the past. I mean, we got a few guys on our varsity team that does it. Not many, but we do have 2 or 3 that do play multiple sports. I really love it for them, but for a coach to sit there and say I want them to play multiple sports, that's a lie.
It's a hard thing to do.
They don't want to.
Yeah.
They don't want them to.
It's hard. It's hard because you want to have your guys all year.
Yeah, it's a good
You
thought
know.
process, but it's not what they really mean.
Right. In a perfect world, sure,
yes.
they would like it. But
That's right.
No, there's no doubt. There's
Yeah.
some, they definitely want their guys all the time.
Yeah, because like I said, from a personal experience, we've heard coaches saying, "Don't play football" or "Don't play baseball."
And I've seen injuries. I've seen things
Yeah.
that make people think that. I get it. I get it. And football's a tough sport.
Yeah.
There's more injuries in football than you see in baseball. And we've seen guys here get hurt late in football seasons and lose a baseball season. We just saw it in the Sanimal game.
Yeah.
Quentin
Yeah,
Elisar
that's right.
is hurt his knee there,
Yep.
and that puts his baseball season into question.
Yeah.
And it's you just hate to see that kind of
And
thing.
look, my kid messed up his hand in baseball, fielding a ground ball, and and he stepped away from football his senior year. But if he wouldn't have been able to play.
Yeah.
He had surgery. He had to repair ligaments and tendons and broken bones and
The
all
hand
that stuff.
is tricky.
Yeah,
man.
and it
Hands
was the
feet are
throwing hand.
really tricky.
For him to come back and pitch the way he did for us that senior year was incredible. Like that should not. The doctor even told us, "Man, you're not going to be nowhere as where you were."
Right.
Well, he came back stronger. you know.
And so,
but it was also because he stepped away from football. He wasn't trying to force the issue to play the game.
yeah.
Because, like I said, the first half of the season, he was still in a cast. He was no way he could have played. So second half, he would have probably been forcing it in there and banged up something else, and it would have hurt him in baseball.
Yeah, right.
You know, so, I mean, and it's weird because most kids get hurt here at football. Mine gets hurt on baseball, right?
So it shows you it does go both ways.
Yeah, absolutely it does.
And really, that's the inherent risk you always have when you're playing sports. Is that risk of injury is always there. And sure, football, is probably a more physically intense and injury-prone sport.
Yeah.
But it can happen in any of them. Soccer can happen in soccer. Soccer's actually the worst sport for head injuries.
Yeah. I mean, we've had concussions. My son had 2 concussions from football, but it never affected any other sport.
Right.
You know, he down a week, you take a test, you pass your test, you're back playing. You know, it never affected anything else.
So the Spartans just completely squandered a drive there. I mean, I don't know what we were just throwing it for the end zone there. I'm not sure what.
I don't understand that.
I'm not sure what our strategy was there, but I'm guessing there was a reason for it. I just don't know what it is. So now the Griffins. Oof, that's a first down.
And he's running that wheel.
Yeah. So we squandered a golden opportunity there in Griffin territory.
We got somebody down right now, struggling getting up.
Yeah, sometimes you're better off just getting on the ground there. You might hurt yourself worse trying to get off the field like that. So this Dutchtown team that we're playing on Thursday night. Let me fix that.
Now, Coach, we got is this some freshman players we pulled back into this game?
We did do that.
We got some blue pants on the field right now.
We do have some freshmen that hung back for the JV game.
And playing.
And that's, late in the year, that's not a huge surprise. You see more of that because some of those guys are ready for it, and then you also see it because, JV gets a little banged up, and you have a few injuries, and it's time to give some other kids a chance there. And you even see JV games get canceled this time of year. We've had JV teams canceled because of lack of players,
Well, and a lot of the JV players are backups in varsity, and which we were talking about earlier. But
special teams as well.
Special teams. Yeah. This is mainly your special teams on Friday nights. And then we see a lot of these guys that actually perform really well in JV games, and they get called up, right? And they become a varsity player. So, JV is the hardest spot to win at.
It is. There's so many other factors involved. Freshman's pretty controlled, and then JV is all over the place. And it all depends on where you are. If you have a weak senior class, then a lot of those JV guys are starting varsity earlier, so your JV is depleted.
Right.
If you have a really strong senior class, then your JV is a lot better than people would expect. Yeah, so it can be all over the place, and just year to year, it changes, and it's one of those things you don't really know until you play them, just because you don't, nobody's reading JV scores in the paper. So they used to put that stuff in the paper, and now they don't do any of that anymore. They used to put freshman and JV games in the paper a long time ago. But
I don't even read the paper anymore.
Yeah, I just read it online. I don't. Thankfully through the Ascension Parish School Board, we have access to the Advocate. Yeah. If you don't, you gotta subscribe.
And what's crazy is I used to get it for free.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you got to pay for it.
And that's the internet. I mean, YouTube is one of the last holdouts there, but they add you to death. But
I threw away so many papers because my wife and I, when she wanted to get a newspaper, so we subscribed to the Advocate, got the newspaper, but I don't know that we pulled many out the wrapper. I'd pick them up after they get rolled over and rained on for a couple of days, and so we paid for the newspaper and never really read it.
I was the same way, and and I like to read it like on the weekends, but
I like the comics.
Yeah, but from Monday through Friday, I would just never really touch it.
Yeah.
So
I would do the puzzles.
Yeah, puzzles are
And
good.
I would do puzzles and then read the comics.
Sometimes there's some really good pictures in the paper, and they have some cool recipes sometimes and stuff, But I grew up reading the paper every day. I mean, everybody got a paper.
Yeah,
you know,
my
when we
mom
were
and dad still
kids.
get them.
Yeah. I grew up. One of the first things I ever read was the Shreveport Times. You
Yeah.
know, I mean that was it's just
Yeah.
it's what you did. You got the paper and you watched the news.
But I think that's why I'm such a cartoon guy. Because I look, you want to watch TV, I want to watch a cartoon. And so, like, I think it's from the days of, like, growing up, we would hurry and run to the paper in the mornings just to read the comics.
Yeah,
You know?
Andy Cap and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Man. I used to enjoy that.
So,
Beetle Bailey.
Beetle Bailey, yeah.
Yeah, that was all really cool stuff.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I grew up doing that. So, I'm telling you, my wife walks in on me all the time and says, really? You watching Wreck-It Ralph? you're watching Cars? Yeah, absolutely. I still got, on Hulu, I watch. Look, that's a
Oh,
pick.
yeah.
Nice.
Excellent job there.
Good read.
Nice reading, yeah.
But yeah, I watch the Flintstones and the Jetsons. That's still two of my favorites.
That's great, man. I love
man.
Garfield. I used to love
Yeah,
Garfield.
yeah.
Tom and Jerry was good.
Tom and Jerry was great.
Of course, Bugs Bunny.
Yeah,
TV show.
that's,
That was
that's
wonderful,
classic.
Yeah, now it's just it's Bluey. In fact, my 9 o'clock. Yes, my wife is on the couch with the nephew. He's 3, and it's Bluey time.
I don't know Bluey.
It's either Bluey or Mickey Mouse Club. It's one of the two.
Yeah, I know Mickey Mouse
And,
Club, but I don't know Bluey.
Yeah, Bluey's great. It's Australian, and it's this family of dogs. It's a mom and dad and 2 kids, and man, they just get into all kind of stuff.
Yeah,
But it's fun to watch. I watch them. I watch it and I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But that's what they're doing right now. So that's how he gets to sleep. So the older kids go to bed, and then once they're asleep, then we put that one to sleep. Sometimes it takes an hour and a half of that stuff, man. But it's just like, he's fighting it, and then eventually just say, all right, it's time to go to bed. That's first down. Move those sticks. All right, so we're inside the Griffin 40 here, down by 12. Still a ball game, 4 minutes remaining. You never know in JV football. There
That's
we
a
go.
good little run right there.
Nice run right there. Still plenty of time on the clock to do something like that. Got about 7 on first down. Now, of course, that clock, is going to become not so friendly to us here before long, but you certainly don't want to forget about it right now, but it's also not time to rush like crazy.
well, no, but again, like we talked about a while ago, that last drive, like, why do we waste that last drive?
Yeah. Just throwing those go balls into the end zone
Yeah.
there. I'm just not too sure. Like, I don't know. Maybe we saw a matchup that we liked, but I don't know. That hadn't matched what we've done the rest of the game.
No. And,
No, right.
I mean, short field, you go through, you punch it in, you score, and now we really got a ball game,
Oh, run there on first down. Got a couple there. Going to have to get back up because that clock will quickly become our enemy here. And we're going to have to go for an onside kick there. That's
absolutely.
Already kind of a given. We got to score first, though. Trips up top. Looking to the backside of it.
Nobody's
Just
there.
a miscommunication there. Miscommunication. That right there is one of my favorite plays. You go single receiver, and you got a timeout for Dutchtown here. You go single receiver, and you got trips on the other side. And if you can get a one-on-one matchup, which we didn't really have there, you can throw that go ball, and there's nobody over the top of it. But that was not a one-on-one matchup. And there was a miscommunication anyway. The receiver wasn't on the same page.
Yeah, he ran a different route. Quarterback was thinking that, but got to be together, especially right here with this time left and you're down by 2 scores.
Yeah, you got to get this one in here. You can't play around and wait till a minute left to get this ball in the end zone. And you can't afford to turn it over on down. So you got to score on this drive to have a chance. Another person I forgot about going to Dutchtown is this is a Spartan now who will be going back to Dutchtown is Randy Gonzalez, our trainer, our head trainer, has spent the last couple of years as an assistant trainer at Dutchtown High School. So Randy will be going back to where he just was, so he'll get to see some folks there. All right, there we go. Ooh,
Oh, that was dangerous. Look at
nice
this.
job here. Look at this. Yeah, he can't get loose, though.
Nah.
Can't get loose, and he's in bounds. So the clock's going to run.
The coaches in the stands are barking now. Throw it up the field. Call a timeout.
Yeah, you're going to get a little bit of everything. They're going to tell you to do everything at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, I used to listen to that, you know, when I called plays for a few years as a freshman, and you know, you get your ears on that, and you hear three different options every play, you know. So you're going to piss people off no matter what you do, unless you just score, you know. You score, and everybody forgets what they were telling you to do.
Oh, big sack right there.
And that's a turnover, huh? That was fourth down.
That was it.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty much your ball game there. Yeah, you can hear every option available to you. You'll hear people yelling for you to do it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, if you do it and you pick one and do it, and then it doesn't work, then you will never be able to find that person. They're never going to, you know, they'll all of a sudden, they'll be at the concession stand, you know.
Or I like the ones when you're calling pitches in a baseball game and you hear the dad say, "Don't call that pitch again." Brother, it was a curveball 6 inches off the plate in the dirt, and he golfed it out of here in opposite field. Okay? Tip your hat to the batter.
Right.
You know?
Sometimes
You know,
the other guy just did a great play.
The other team's going to win from time to time.
Let's see if these JV guys call timeouts here, or as I go through that yawn there.
I'm about to yawn too now.
The 9. It's early, though. It's only 9:12 by my count. Is that true?
I don't know.
9:12. Yeah, my watch has been slow.
Well, I didn't have to yawn until you hit me with that one.
Yeah, that one got me there. I've been a long day there. Long day. And I got to remember that first block, I got to go and put my desk back in order because they did the ACT in my room this morning. So I got 28 desks I got to put back into groups, so that'll be my morning. All right, Spartans are going to call timeout here.
That's your off block, and then
first block,
okay.
Which is nice. It's nice to start the day kind of slow there.
Yeah,
gives you a chance to get some stuff together there.
Yeah, either first or fourth. I mean, that would be ideal.
Yeah, first and fourth are the best. I do have fourth in the spring.
Yeah,
which is nice. Especially you do a lot of after-school stuff like me. It's nice to be able to get a jump on that, especially like baseball.
Baseball,
you have baseball games that start
games.
at 4 o'clock sometimes, you know, and you're getting out of school at 2:40 with traffic and all that. You're not back there till after 3 o'clock, and you feel rushed the whole time, you know. So it's definitely nice to have that. So we also haven't mentioned this yet. We have pep rally. Last pep rally of the year is Thursday as well, and we may live stream that. I got to talk to Miss Stevens about that, but we may live stream that. If not, I think we can record it and then post it on YouTube immediately after. But it's always fun. We got some good stuff for that one. A little Halloween themed pep rally there.
Another hit.
There we go, right
we like
there.
That.
Nice job there. And Spartans call timeout again with 1:18 remaining. And the Griffins will have to punt it away.
What happened to the days of a pep rally every game day?
Yeah, you know who does that is Neville. Neville High School in Monroe. And you can watch them all. They live stream all of them on the Neville Tiger Network on YouTube.
I mean, that's how it was when we were in school.
They do it in the morning, and it's like first block, and they all go in the auditorium. It's an old school. Neville's from the 30s, you know, and they go in that auditorium, and everybody files in and sits down. It's very different than the EA pep rally. EA pep rally is a little more wild, but they sit down, and then like the cheer and dance team, and they'll have the old paper signs on the front of the stage, and it's really cool. And behind the stage too, they've got on the curtains. They've got paper signs. But the weird thing about it is, like, it's very calm. Like you have primary school kids like primary school cheerleading units come up
Really?
there and perform and stuff. So it's very different, very different. No videos or anything.
Right.
No loud music and stuff. But they do a pep rally for every single game, home and away, and they live stream them all. So if you ever wonder, on a Friday morning, check out the Neville Tiger Network and watch a Neville pep rally. I watched it before when EA played up there in 22. And I remember watching that pep rally that morning. We were on the way up there. I watched it on my phone, and it was just that was really cool to see. And it's old school, but they're the only ones I know of that do pep rallies for every game.
Yeah, most schools now, they have one.
Yeah.
And it's the homecoming pep rally.
And, and I think we're
fortunate to have more than that.
Yeah, we get 4.
Yeah.
We get 4. But it's, I wish we had more. But Ms. Andrews does it because it's a lot of work. It's an awful lot of work.
Yeah.
And she's got enough work to do as it is. So, it's a tough thing there to put all that together, but it is fun to watch. And we will have that Dutchtown on Thursday about 1:45, and that'll be the last one unless in the past we've been able to get like a winter sports or spring sports one. I think we've been able to do that before. And of course, if a team wins a state championship or something like that, or is going to one or something like that, we can always make something work. But Dutchtown's the last football pep rally. Even playoff games, no more pep rallies. Can't do it. So that's a tradition I wish we had.
Yeah, no doubt.
Good pass.
Yeah,
good
out of
catch.
bounds.
Nice job. Everything the way they're supposed to do it right there. 1:06 remaining. So it'll be second down and 4 from the 28-yard line. EA looking to score quickly here. And there we go. Look at there.
Oh, no. And it's picked off.
Oh, no. That will be the ball game right there.
Man.
He's still on his feet.
Yeah, he's still rumbling down the field. There he goes down. Man. Flag on the play, probably a little excessive celebration there.
Yeah, and that can be understood. So, but 43 seconds left in this one. That pretty much does it right there. Man. That was close. He was open, too.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where you got to be able to throw it over the coverage there. You got to understand your levels there, and that's like a linebacker level guy right there. You got to get it over that and then in front of the safety, and that's a tough pass.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a tough pass. When you get that one down, you're really going because you see that a lot. Those guys get open in that over the middle, and that's what makes it so dangerous. Because if you don't get that level right, you can throw it right on him, but man, you got to throw it over the top of those backers, and you can't throw it to those safeties. You got to put it right in that sweet spot.
Looks like we got a lot of new faces out here on defense.
Yeah. This looks like a
lot of freshmen on the line.
Yeah, a lot of guys who haven't seen any action yet tonight, and they're gonna.
That's gonna be it.
Yeah, they're gonna call it. There it is. Bingo. There it is. Final score, Dutchtown 28, EA 16. So the Griffins sweep.
No, not yet. It's not a complete sweep.
Sweep the freshman and JV games. Yeah, let's make sure we say that right. Of course, the big dog is this Thursday night.
Yeah.
So just to go over one last time before we let y'all go here is we have EA Santa Maria Volleyball tomorrow night on EA TV. We'll be going live probably about 6:15 on that one. We also want to wish cross country good luck at the Metro meet at Highland Road Park tomorrow afternoon. And we should be able to let you know the results of that on the volleyball broadcast. And we're also going to show you those 2 Dozen Roses shirts tomorrow on the broadcast. And then Thursday, it's EA and Dutchtown. And we have Central and Gonzales as well that we'll be keeping up with here at Spartan Stadium while we're over at Griffin Field. And then Friday nights, Santa Maria and Prairieville in the parish, as well as Halloween. So we've got a lot. Good thing LSU's off this week. I think there's a little bit of a breather there, you know. All right, so there we go. And we're coming in just under 4 hours a night, 3 hours, 53 minutes.
Not bad
at all. That's our best one yet. All right, so final score in this JV game, 28-16. So for Mr. Ralph DeLatte, this is Coach Brownfield wishing you good night and go Spartans.